Welcome on in. Anglu! How are you doing? Wiggly congrats being second, and then congrats being first. How is everybody doing today? Today is one of those, oops, this is not the right title. There we go. Well, hey hey Wiggly. Oh my gosh. Today is gonna be different day. We're just gonna be. This happens about once every 6 or so months. We have something called Draft League, where one of my buddies, Novastalgic, hosts a Pokemon competition on an online simulator called Pokemon Showdown, and I talk about the teams. Because I am one of the competitors, and we will see who drafted the best, who picked the best team, who to look out for, how I feel about my chances in the draft, and all that good stuff. Thank you for hydrate, Anglu! Anglu, did you know that 5% of my viewership comes from Sweden? I found that out yesterday. A whole 5%. Ooh, sorry. I have 5% of my viewers from like all over Twitch. All 5% of them come from Sweden. I thought it was pretty cool. Yeah. You have a higher percentage than Germany, than France, than Italy. Like you're being some really big, much like more prominent European countries in terms of population. Not the UK though. UK is like 25%. But I was like, I think Sweden is number 5. I have US, UK, Canada, Norway, and Sweden. Alrighty. So without further ado, I'm just going to get into a little preview of what Novastalgic Draft League is all about. This is Season 9. People who have been here for Season 7 8 previews have probably already seen this document before. But, you know, I changed it up a little bit. It's like very little, a very, very small amount. But so what is the Novastalgic Draft League? Users will draft Pokemon from a predetermined list to build a team. Tier list is made by Novastalgic. I have some very questionable opinions about their list. I think they made it just solely based on like usage numbers, and which is, in my opinion, not the right way to do draft tier lists. But given the time that they had to make this, I can't really find too much fault with what they did, because it's not that they didn't have that much time to fix this thing together. So I'm not going to like nitpick anymore. And each week, since there are 8 people in this draft league, there's going to be a battle every single week with every other participant, which means a 7-week regular season. And then after the end of the regular season, we'll have playoffs, and playoffs will be semifinals, then finals, where the top 4 people advance to the semis. So that means in all a 9-week season, starting this week, I believe. So by the beginning of February, we'll have our champion, probably mid-February. And once again, this was created by Novastalgic back in 2018. Season 1 was Generation 7 overuse tier. Then we had Gen 7 doubles OU, Gen 8 Galar deck, so that was before we had DLC and all the added additional Pokemon. We had Metronome doubles. Then Gen 8 National Dex Battle Tree singles, which is like a custom format that's exclusive to Novastalgic family. Gen 8 VGC 2021 Series 9, because VGC has a lot of series, so Series 9, I believe there was 13 in all, or 12 or 13. Then we had Gen 8 BDSP OU, so Generation 8 had a remix of the game Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, and then they had their own exclusive like list of Pokemon. OMG, the PowerPoint is back. Let's go, Chari. How are you doing? Yep, it's the same old PowerPoint, just modified very, very slightly. And then we also had last season Gen 6 doubles Ubers, which was wacky. So wacky. Chari, how's your day going? Hope you're doing well. Excited to see your thoughts on these teams? Well, I don't know how thorough I could be compared to last season. I'm going to try to make it shorter, because I knew last season I talked for 4 hours, and that was too long. My voice didn't like me either. Alrighty, next up, we'll talk about my live draft league history. So, season 1, I reached all the way to the finals. I made it to playoffs. It was a 16 format, 60 people, top 8 made playoffs. I made it to I qualified as the 6th seed, made it to the finals, and lost to the champion, Melonberry. Then I didn't participate in seasons 2 through 4 due to busyness. You should help spam hydrate. Oh my gosh, thank you. Then season 5 I defeated Guildmaster Wiggly in the finals in a battle of, at the time, we were both finalists but we had never won at the time. So that was my first victory. Then the next season I defeated Redo in the finals, who was also a former finalist. So that was my second victory. And then I defeated Nova in the finals in their own draft league. That was their second time reaching the finals, and second time they lost. And then Nova got their revenge, but I'm still not over this loss because Nova did not, I will say it forever, Nova did not outplay me at all. Nova got really lucky in this match. So I hopefully when I face Nova again, I hope I have my mind is in the right place so I could beat them down. I'm out for blood. And here are the Draft League Season 9 rules. So this is the first time in Novastalgic Draft League because we're doing the Little Cup tier, which is the first form Pokemon. Most first form Pokemon. Some of them are too overpowered and are banned from the tier. But for the most part, you'll see things like Pichu, like Spheal, Slowpoke, stuff like that. So yeah, that will follow the Little Cup ban list. Drafting will occur in a snake order, so the first round will go from the first person to the last person, and then in the next round it'll go from the last person to the first person, and then so on and so forth. Each team must draft 12 Pokemon in total, not 11. So 1 tier 1, 1 tier 2, that's 2, then 2, 2, 2, that's 8, then 4 extra free agent picks, which makes 12. You like all the baby emotes? It's perfect for this tier, right? And then after drafting ends, 72 hours are allowed to make unlimited transactions with your team, and then only 3 trades and transactions will be allowed throughout the first 4 weeks of the season. This is a big problem for me because of the way I drafted, since I did not use and I didn't take advantage of this period because I'm pretty much stuck with my team. There's only really 1 or 2 trades I feel like I can make, if even that. I'm in a semi-rough place, but we'll see how this season progresses and if that will matter or not. And then top 4 teams, as I said earlier, will make the playoffs. Tiebreakers are head-to-head, first of all, and then KD, which I think it should be flipped around, but it's always been done this way, and I don't think that Nova plans to change that anytime soon. How dare you, Miss Cyndaquil? Oh my god, Chari, how could you? I am absolutely shook and upset. I'm just kidding. Also, shout out to Mr. Wiggles. This is the first time they're not in the draft league in quite some time. And I will miss them a lot because Wiggly and I always have some pretty intense battles. But Wiggly, I don't know if you're done with Pokemon battling in general or Pokemon because I know you also didn't do Maker games. I don't know if you're just taking a break or if you're done, but whatever you decide, thanks for all the memories. I will miss you this season. And now, we're just gonna get straight into it. Team analysis time. Since Chari is here first, I will go over Chari's team first. How about that? Does that sound good for you, Chari? Chari is a former champion. Chari won Novastalgic Draft League Season 4, by the way. Ooh, Anderson in the chat if you want to catch it up. That's a lot of zoom out. Where are you, Chari? There you are, next to your brother. Alright, so we'll start off with... First, I want to show you the draft order before I do anything. Hold on, sorry everybody. I'm a liar. There we go. So, World Island Woomies, which is Milky Way Galaxy. Las Vegas Persians, which is Mops. JLP, PM, Nova, myself, Chari, and then Steve. So I was in the middle. In fact, the latter and the middle, which is probably, in my opinion, that's the worst place you can be in a draft. But so I decided to change up my drafting strategy because of it. We'll get to that later. Good luck on the catching, Chari. But yeah, that's how the draft went. So Wimpod was the first pick, which if it was anybody but Milk, I would say that's a terrible pick. But Milk, you know, Milk still got a pretty good mon as their second pick. So she did well after all. So yeah, first round Milk would have been the first pick, and then second round Miami Heatmore, Steve would have been the first pick, and then we'll go back around, and then Milk would have been the round 3, and then so on and so forth, like a snake. Anders escaped, that's unfortunate. That sucks. Alright, let's get to the team preview. Where'd you go? Let's do that. That's good enough. Perfect, okay. So Chari drafted Diglett first. Diglett is a fearsome Pokemon in this format, and I will pull up the pages for all these Pokemon if I can. Some of them won't have any analyses, but I thought this is a nice little compliment for my analysis because it will show you like more so like what I'm talking about. So Diglett, here is the main factor right here. Arena Trap prevents opposing Pokemon from choosing to switch out unless they're airborne. That is the only reason Diglett is a tier 1, whereas Diglett probably would have been like a tier 3 or 4, maybe even 5, because of its abysmal stat spread other than its speed. This is the fastest Pokemon in Little Cup, except for I believe Elekid is the same speed, or it might be a little bit slower, but this thing hits 20 speed with the proper EVs. So unless people have a choice scarf, this thing is gonna outspeed anybody, and unless you're a ghost or flying type, you're not able to switch out, and that really restricts team building for the other person. You might, one of your like fearsome Pokemon, if Diglett has a super effective matchup against it, if it's able to switch in there and you have no way to switch out, like U-turn or something, or this thing can knock you out. Also, if it's it also could run Final Gambit. That's actually on the set. I didn't expect that actually. I thought I'd be the only one who knew about Final Gambit. Final Gambit could take out it sacrifices, basically you sacrifice yourself to take out another Pokemon. Well, not necessarily take out, because Diglett's HP stat is pretty low, but it will do damage equal to the HP that Diglett has. So if let's say something like a big threat like Mienfoo has like 60% HP, Diglett has 100%. Diglett would probably use Final Gambit to get rid of Mienfoo, because Mienfoo is one of the most powerful Pokemon in this tier. Hey yo, PM, how you doing? Yo, Pogo, I didn't see you there. Pogo, how's it going, butter? Sorry, Pogo, I see you. I see you, Pogo. Don't be mad. I got really into this analysis. I'm glad you're doing good, PM. I'm glad you're doing good. PM, you came right on time because I'm ready to curse you with the best team, telling you that you're the best team in the draft again. Oh, you missed some things? You've missed pretty much nothing, Steve. This is the first analysis. We're analyzing Chari's team right now. So yeah, and then Beat Up gets through Focus Sash, which is really cool, and does more damage based on your teammate's attack stats, which is also nice. Really good move, especially since you almost always hit first with Diglett. And then Rock Slide, Substitute, Sucker Punch. Substitute is pretty cool, and so like say you switch a Diglett on a passive Pokemon that can't really damage you. You substitute, and then you knock them out, and then you have a free turn for whatever someone else sends in to knock them out as well, or give them some at least good damage. This is just really, really, really scary. You're doing well. Bought some Chick-fil-A for me and my grandmother. I'm waiting on our food now. Ooh. Enjoy your Chick-fil-A, brother. I love Chick-fil-A. But I will be honest with you, I quite enjoy Popeyes more, Zaxby's more. But no, that's just me. Alrighty. I did not. Okay, I guess it also has Memento. Memento instead of Final Gambit, that could be another option. And then let's go to the rest of the move pool. Could also sneakily run Hone Claws. Usually not worth it, but Hone Claws could be a very sneaky way to boost its minuscule attack. It's not really minuscule, but... And then it'll also be a Stealth Rock setter as well. So Diglett, one of the best Pokemon in this tier. I hate trappers. I wish they were banned, but you know, what can you do? Yo, Lunex, welcome on in. How are you doing today? Did you get a lot of sleep last night? Cause you went to bed really late. You've been waiting to try their peppermint milk chip shake, and it was when it was announced. Ooh, how did? Oh well, tell me how it tastes when you try it. Alright, Chari picked another amazing Pokemon as her tier 2. She got Munchlax and... oops. Munchlax is pretty incredible. Munchlax, look at the stats. 135 HP, 40 defense, 85 special defense. So primarily you'll see... and 85 attack as well. So primarily you'll see Munchlax used as a special wall. It gets access to the move Recycle. So rather than running Eviolite, you'll most likely see it running Recycle with Berry Juice to recover health, and it has the bulk to be able to do that. And then options, this is my favorite strategy right here. Since Gen 4, honestly, Curse, Body Slam, and then Fire Punch. That's really perfect coverage. That's pretty much all you really need. Of course, you do kind of struggle against fighting types, but that's like pretty good coverage against everybody else. You woke up at 2 PM? Lucky you. I woke up at 10 AM. You like peppermint and chocolate, so you'll be completely honest. Let's go. Did y'all like my secret stream? Tell me! I loved your secret stream. I wish that you invited us to play earlier though. Because we were having some fun together, I think. If y'all don't know, Lunex is a streamer. She streamed Pokemon Unite last night. She also streams Mario Party 6 sometimes. Sudoku. She does a lot of different things. So if you want to see some of that, she's close to 200 followers. So you could definitely drop her a follow if you'd like. I'm surprised. Mumchak has a lot of move pool, has a wider move pool, so it doesn't have to just run this set. This is kind of like a one-trick pony. It's not really a one-trick pony though. It could do so much more. Because look, it also has access to Belly Drum. I am not going to discount that. Charm is also really nice to like, let's say you're predicting like a mean food to come in off of something, you could charm it, lower its attack. That's pretty cool. If you could surprise people, this is what I used to do with Chanseys on OU back in the day. I would run a defensive set and counter to get rid of like fighting types. I would try to get rid of Chansey. Covet to steal items. So maybe you run Berry Juice, and instead of running Recycle, you run Covet to steal the opposing Pokemon. Maybe their Eviolite or maybe their own Berry Juice. It has Earthquake. It has Encore. Encore could be really nice if you're facing a setup sweeper. Gunk Shot, good for fairy types. Hey, thanks for following Lunex, Pogo. Power Up Punch, probably not going to be used that much, but it's an option. And then Self-Destruct used to be fun back in the day, but now Self-Destruct, ever since the Gen 5 nerf, it's not quite as good. But, you know, it's still an option. Super Power, lots of fun coverage moves. So Munchlax, pretty crazy. For a tier 2 Pokemon, it's really up there. Like, I would have had that in tier 1. And of course, Thick Fat, to have fire type and ice type moves is really nice as well. What do you mean, Lunex? Wait, Lunex. We were all like, I know Blue kind of like threw though. Blue went to get food, but we were all, I thought we all agreed to play together. What do you mean, Lunex? Well, don't worry about it. We played in the end. Alright, Chari. Next up is Tirtuga. So first of all, Chari had drafted Clauncher. And then Chari realized, wait a second, there's some a lot better water types in this tier than Clauncher. She picked up Tirtuga. Does Tirtuga have a Tirtuga does have a set. So Tirtuga, along with Onix, in my opinion, are the best rock setters in the tier for rock type Pokemon. They both have Sturdy. They both also have Solid Rock. Or actually, no. Tirtuga also has Solid Rock. What sets Tirtuga apart from Onix, though, it may have a lower speed, but it does have really good defense as well, and it also has better attacks than Onix, and it has access to Aqua Jet, which could be difference maker between a big difference maker in battles. It is a big defense stat indeed. Oh, you told, really? Tell me next time. Tell me next time, and I will let you know. It is Steve. It is. So, fighting type Pokemon, beware. This thing has Solid Rock. It doesn't have to run Sturdy. It can run this instead, and probably still survive your attacks. Really good rock setter, like I said. Stone Edge, Liquidation, Aqua Jet, Knockoff. I would probably say, like, depending on Chari's team, or Chari's Chari also has Chinchou on her team. Maybe she could substitute out Liquidation for Knockoff. And of course, you also have Earthquake. If you're facing off against a Poison type or something, or a Steel type, it has Earthquake for coverage. I could also see this running Curse. It's already slow. If maybe a Trick Room team or something, or facing a Trick Room team, you use Curse to raise defense and stuff, it's definitely an option. Rock Blast to break through Sash instead of using Stone Edge. I would honestly put this over Stone Edge, because a lot of people do run Sash. And this is also a good way to like break through berries as well. Smackdown's probably not going to be a big move, but it's there. Something to consider always. Yo, Doom, welcome on in. How you doing? You are not first for once. Are you on your drive home from work? Oh, rip Doom. It's in the Discord? Dang. Okay, Lunex. No worries. I missed it too then. Maybe because you started streaming, like we didn't know you were streaming, You said yesterday that you may stream, but I wasn't sure if it was like 100%. And it was pretty late, so we're like, maybe not. Then he did. I'm like, oh, surprise. You get end in 30 minutes? No, actually, I feel like I'm gonna try to go for quite some time today. We'll see how this goes. Next on my list is Trico. I don't think Trico has a thing. It actually does. Wait, it does. A sweeper with sword stance? And Unburden. So Trico has Unburden to double its speed once it uses this item. So I'm guessing Trico is usually used on teams with Grookey on it, as like a double grass. But Chari doesn't have Grookey on her team, so she can't use that. So she's probably gonna end up using Berry Juice. So probably this is a good late game sweeper then, because of Unburden, Sword Stance, Bullet Seed to break through sashes, and the way that Bullet Seed is 25 damage, so it's gonna do probably more than Seed Bomb. Drain Punch, Acrobatics, or Rock Slide, good coverage here. Does it also get? It doesn't get Earthquake, only Sceptile does. Trico's good. Thunder Punch as well for flying types if they don't want to use Rock Tomb or Rock Slide, because Rock Slide does have a chance to miss. But Rock Slide is also good against fire types, so probably still would run Rock Slide over both of them. Who knows? Depends on the matchup. Not forgetting Dragon Breath. This thing's not gonna run Dragon Breath. What do you mean? This thing will never run Dragon Breath. But yeah, Trico is formidable. The only thing is that it needs that Sword Stance boost to have notable damage, or else because its attack tag is only 45 compared to its special is 65. And it doesn't really have a good special moveset anyway, especially since Hidden Power doesn't exist anymore. So it's not going to be able to take advantage or anything. So Trico is kind of like a meh. It needs the Sword Stance to do notable damage, but it can be really big once it gets that boost. So Chari would have to switch it in onto something that's weak to Trico. Maybe something like... But it's really hard to do that as well, because Grass is good against what? Water? Water types, most of them carry ice coverage. Ground, maybe? A ground or a rock type, so maybe switch it in on a... Oh, I can't even say that because my water types have good coverage. My ground types have decent coverage too. It'll be hard. We'll see what Chari comes up with. I don't know how Chari will use this one, but we'll see what she comes up with. Solosis has a tier 4. I don't think Solosis has an analysis, but we can take a look at its stats right here. I can say straight up, look. Its bulk is abysmal, 45, 40, 50, and its speed is terrible. So even if you set up Trick Room with this thing, it's gonna most likely be already at half health or even below half health once it gets set up. And it has a monstrous attack, special attack stat. It's gonna be hard to make it work though. Moveset wise, really nice. It has Psychic, it has Recover. Thunder Wave could be nice if it doesn't want to use Trick Room. Oops. And Dragon Butt, best move. Let's go. Infestation could be interesting. I use Infestation with the Evolve Horn Dwosion in Free For All once upon a time, and it actually did really well. But I don't think it'll work out too well here. But who knows? In Prison, probably not going to be used. Flash Cannon, nah. Doesn't have anything to really combat dark types. It has Shadow Ball for ghost types, but nothing for dark types. No fairy move, no fighting move. This thing is really weak to since it's so slow, people can use like U-turn, Volt Switch to switch into a more favorable matchup. It's really easy to take advantage of, but it's a Draft League format. A lot of those abusers do not exist. You only have like one per team, so maybe Dwosion or Solosis could find its niche here on Chari's team. I don't know what you're talking about, Pogo. Oh dear. Next up is Kufant. Kufant could be different. Okay, I like Kufant, and I will tell you why. This stat spread looks kind of like meh. It looks really meh, but you know, Chari has those low speed Pokemon, so it does look like Trick Room could be kind of viable if she can make it happen. Lip Smacker, thank you so much for your raid. Welcome on in, Lil P66, and Lip Smacker. Lip Smacker, I was watching you earlier. When I was stopped at traffic lights because I was driving, but I saw you fighting Juan. How did the was it Juan? Yeah, it was Juan because Juan had Kingdra. How did that go? Did you capture Rayquaza and Sky Tower? And how did your stream go? Just like, did everything work out well? And welcome on in. Let me give you a shout out. There we go. When I was a kid, I never knew what the game was called, but I always remembered looking at my cousin. I think it was my cousin who had the game, had Ryu, and he would switch to Captain America and stuff like that. Marvel came, like, wait, Marvel's in this game. Oh my god, blew my little mind as a kid. That's Lip Smacker, everybody. If you don't follow Lip Smacker, they play a lot of games. If you collect enough channel points, they will play. They have a redeem where you could choose the next game that they play. Highly recommend following Lip Smacker if you don't already. It's a pretty chill environment, and it's pretty cool to be there. Marvel vs. Capcom. Yes, it is so pog. Oh, ouch. Thank you for the yeet, Steve. It didn't work out too well because I was looking at my screen, unfortunately, but... You're at Elite 4 now? Ooh, what level are your Pokemon at? If you don't, did you reach like at least like 45, 46 or something like that? Maybe? 42? Ooh, you're gonna be, I mean, I don't know if you want to know this, but you're gonna be quite under-leveled, probably. Slaking is 50? Oh gosh. Good luck. You could do it though, you could do it. The AI in this game is kinda meh. They're not the best, so you might still be able to pull it off. Perfect timing, you come in with your advice level grind? Yeah. This is perfect timing. You bring in a raid, you're playing Pokemon Emerald, and we got the battle rival music for Emerald playing right now. Isn't that something you'll grind for a while? Let's go. Go for it. You'll be fine. I believe in you. So, Raiders, I am Jigglycong. I'm a Nintendo/variety streamer. I took 3 weeks off of Pokemon streams, but I'm back into it now. And it's gonna be a whole month of Pokemon in January. Yesterday we started a solo Arbok run. Today we're discussing a Pokemon Draft League. Later on I might be doing the Cinderace raids for Pokemon Violet or Scarlet Violet tomorrow. And also next, what's next? A hardcore Nuzlocke of Emerald with just grass types will also be on my radar. We'll see how all that stuff works. Yeah, and that's what. And also, I did DKC 3 and DKC 2, 103%, 102% in both of those games. So DKC 1 is next on my agenda for January as well. So hopefully that all gets done in January. I don't know. It's a little bit of a high goal, but we'll see what I can do. Anyways, we are discussing everybody's teams in this draft league. 40 minutes into stream, I'm only done half of the first person's team. I am very slow. But I was talking about Kufant on Chari's team and Kufant is a steel type with sheer force and also heavy metal. Heavy metal with its attack stat, and it also has where is it? Oh, it does not get heavy slam? Oh, never mind then. Never mind. So this is gonna be useless. Just sheer force you gotta worry about then. Sheer force with bulldoze. Yikes. Okay, this mod's not gonna be as good as I thought it was gonna be. Sorry, Chari. High horsepower is probably gonna be used more than bulldoze. Play rough. Power rip. So these like decent coverage moves. It's also kind of slow. It's also another rock setter that could support Diglett maybe. And superpower. It has some decent coverage options. A workable attack stat, but the bulk and speed will hinder it quite some bit. We'll see how Chari uses this mod. Kufant. I like Kufant sounds more cool in my opinion. Kufant. I like Kufant. It sounds like Kaparaja. Whatever. Next up is Yamask. Let's take a look at Yamask. So Yamask actually has good defense, but again, another low speed mon. I'm wondering if Chari is trying to do a Trick Room team here, because this is another Trick Room Pokemon right here. With this typing is kind of like a double-edged sword. It's weak to knockoff, which means its Eviolite's going to be knocked off. It's going to take away a lot of its bulk, like right off the bat, and it will do super effective damage. But it does have Will-O-Wisp, Trick Room, Toxic Spikes, Nasty Plot, Memento. It has knockup itself. Infestation. It could be a decent and Destiny Bond. It has a lot of fun moves that I could use. Does it have Pain Split? It does have Pain Split, so I can maybe use like something like a Curse Pain Split as well. It's got a lot of fun options. Will it be able to use all those fun options, especially for a tier 5 Pokemon? This is probably one of the better pickups. So I think Chari could do really well with this Pokemon. We'll see how it works out. Nidoran female. Okay, this one I was questioning. Nidoran male was still available, and I feel like Nidoran male is better than Nidoran female, unfortunately. Let me do a side-by-side comparison. So like, let's see, Nidoran female's bulk 55, 52, 40, male 46, 40, 40. It's less bulky, but Nidoran is a little bit speedier and has they both have hustle. Oops. I would still pick this one over the other one because this but I don't know, that's just me. Maybe Chari could prove me wrong. They have similar movesets. I don't remember the differences off the top of my head. Oh dear me. But you know, Nidoran, they both have good move pools. They don't have stats to take advantage of the move pools, but it is another Toxic Spike setter. I don't know if Chari is planning to make this a really hazard stack team. Super Fang could also be a good niche, but will it survive long enough to use Super Fang? That's the question. Mostly Chari doesn't know LC. You know, that's fair enough. You know, Reflect, it also gets Reflect though. Surprise us, Chari. Use something that we don't expect. I hope that I'm giving you ideas as well, maybe. And I hope I'm not like taking away all the ideas. Charm is also there. you know, it could do something. You could surprise us all. With another low speed one, it could be another Trick Room Pokemon for you. Who knows? We'll find out. Okay, then free agent picks. So tier 2 Arcan. Arcan's really nice. Look at that monstrous attack stat. 112 attack and 70 speed. And it also picked up Dual Wingy in Gen 8. So it doesn't have to rely on Brave Bird, a recoil move, to do damage anymore. You can run this set. Since Chari also has tier 2ga, maybe she doesn't have to run Rock Blast. She can run Knockoff on this one and leave tier 2ga to be the one using the Rock type moves. It's something to think of. I prefer this set. I like this set a lot more because I like to use Head Smash because I don't usually run Rock types on my team in regular Little Cup. But in this format, it could be fun though. You don't know exactly what it's gonna do. I believe Arcan hits 17 speed, I believe, without a Choice Scarf. So that's pretty fast already. The thing that this thing needs to worry about is usually Grookey, but there's only one person who has Grookey. Not like every team in the flippin' format has Grookey. So Arcan will be extra dangerous here as a Choice Scarf cleaner. It could just come in, it could pivot out if it has a bad matchup with U-turn, or it could just use that 112 attack stat to just knock things out with Dual Wing Beat, Earthquake, or anything else it may possess. Heat Wave, Alpha 76-24 special attack could also be an unexpected thing to like fry some grass types or ice types. Probably not ice types, but still. The Kong is back on. Froggo, how are you doing today? How's everything going? Hope you're doing well. Today, Froggo, I'm talking about, we're doing a Pokemon Draft League. This is Season 9 of Novastalgic Draft League. We're doing Little Cup, which is baby Pokemon. And I usually do a preview of the season because this used to be my only content I did on Twitch back in the day when I first started. I would do the retro games like once a week. I would do Pokemon Showdown streams twice a week. And I haven't done one since August. It's nice to come back to this and, you know, do it again. Butlu, my favorite Pokemon, oh no. Ooh, that's a cool Joy emote. Oh my gosh, that's a good one. Lip Smacker, I like that one a lot. Let me take a close-up. That's pretty cool. I like that. And what else? It's not in these sets that could be quite interesting. We have Defog. I'm surprised Defog's not listed as like another option. Oh, it is. Actually, it is here. Defog could be big to get rid of hazards for Chari. Chari doesn't have a Rapid Spinner, I believe, on her squad other than I don't know, does Togepi? I don't know if Togepi gets it. Togepi might get it. Let me check. I'll check later on. But this could be Chari's only way of hazard removal, which could be big. Pluck to steal berries. Unfortunately, not many people are gonna run berries because berry juice doesn't count as a berry for some reason. That's kind of dumb. Roost, maybe. Not likely, but maybe. Tailwind could be. Chari team is so slow. Tailwind could definitely be a possibility. If say it's about to faint, use Tailwind on turn it faints, switch in something, gets double speed. It could be huge. Who knows? This was a great pickup. I'm surprised nobody picked that. I didn't even know it was in a draft league. I figured it was already gone, or else I would have picked up this Pokemon. And you might look at its stats and be like, huh? 75, 38, 56? What do you mean? Why is this thing good? Oh my god. But it is, trust me, for so many Little Cup generations, this thing has been terrorizing the tiers. Because of Grookey right now, it's probably not as big as it has been, but it gets Volt Absorb and Water Absorb. Whichever one you choose, most likely you're gonna use Volt Absorb, but it's such a great switch in to like Magnemite, to Elekid, stuff like that. Has really good coverage with Ice Beam, Thunderbolt, and Scald. It's deceptively bulky. You might not think of it when you look at its stats here, but it's a great pivot. Deceptively bulky once it has these dispense EVs to it. It is definitely a very annoying Pokemon to deal with, especially with Eviolite. I would say Char needs to prioritize not letting that thing get knocked off, but we'll see how that works out. Thunder Wave is also an option. I don't know why it's not on this set. Thunder Wave is a big option. It's something that it used to do a lot back in the day. Heal Bell, Icy Wind for speed control, and even the Meme Sucker Punch could be a thing. Chinchou is definitely insane. Thank you, Steve. Alright, let's see. Does Togepi get Defog? Let's find out right now. Okay, Togepi's stats are kind of bad. It does not get Defog. Okay. Togepi's kind of just there, I guess. It can't even use Hustle because 20 attack is not going to be worth it. Serene Grace could be kind of decent. Or Super Luck. The good old... Does it get Focus Energy? No, it doesn't. Unfortunate. Heal Bell could be nice. Light Screen Reflect. It gets both. Could be a screen setter. Nasty Plot. Mystical Fire. To hit the Steel types on the Switch. Thunder Wave. Another Thunder Wave Pokemon. Chari has a lot of those. Could be big. To help with the speed control that she desperately needs on this team. And Covet to steal items could be big. You never know. And then Sinistea, another ghost type. I'm not too sure about this one, to be honest. Like, meh. It does get Shell Smash though. And it does get Trick as well. Maybe it could trick an item, maybe it could run like Choice Scarf and do something like that. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Nasty Plot. Instead of Shell Smash could be a thing too. Maybe it is slow enough, so it could run a slow Nasty Plot rather than a Shell Smash. Giga Drain, Shadow Ball, decent coverage. Doesn't hit everything it needs to, but it hits a lot of stuff, and it does provide some much needed recovery for this Pokemon. Fortunately, it can't Baton Pass because Baton Pass is banned. So that's not going to be a use either. Overall, this team is pretty top heavy. I would say Diglett, Munchlax, Tirtuga, Arkin, Chinchou, and those are going to be the main carries. Those are 6 Pokemon that are going to be the main carries. With Yamask, Solosis, and Yamask and Solosis are going to be mons to watch out for. Trico, Nidoran, Sinistea, and Togepi are kind of like, you're probably not going to see them too often, but if you do, they could show up and they could surprise you, and they have some surprising coverage moves that could prove useful. And we'll see how this goes. Oh really? I'm sorry, Chari. but wait, at the same time, Chari, I am a Gen 6 LC player. This is Gen 8. Stuff has changed a lot. I may not know everything I'm talking about. This is just what I feel like based on looking at the stats and the movesets. Like, it could be different. In 1v1 situations, you're not facing the normal ladder threats. I may be selling your team short, but who knows? Alright, PM. If PM is here, PM was here first, I can analyze your team next. If you're not here, I'll analyze Steve's team. I'm glad you found it insightful, Chari. Alright, Mr. PM, I'll give you 30 seconds to let me know if you're here. And I will get some juice to hydrate while I'm gone. Give me a second. Ooh, that took slightly longer, I'm sorry. I will say... So you don't know anything about Pokemon that are not good. Well, maybe I could give you some insight, Steve. Alright, I don't see PM, so I will go over your team, Steve. Thank you for the stretch. You beat me to the Hydra to take a stretch instead. Gotcha. Alright, Steve's team is very formidable, and I will show you why right now. Starting off with Staryu, yeah, I was really happy. Well, Steve gave up a really powerful option. Steve initially had drafted Larvesta, but then Steve changed their mind and switched to Staryu, and this gives Steve some variety. So it looked like Steve was gonna have a big old Sun team. Now Steve could run two different things instead now. Well, let me show you why Staryu is such a good Pokemon for this tier. I do not understand why Staryu had Staryu was always the top tier Pokemon in this tier, but it was always overshadowed, and I never understood why. It's the best rapid spinner in a little cup for the past for all the time. It's never been overshadowed like that. So I don't understand why people weren't using it. Really good speed. This hits 19 speed, which is really, really fast. Really crucial for Pokemon that don't have Choice Scarf. It's probably one of the fastest Pokemon in the tier. Only Diglett and Elekid are faster, I believe. We have the offensive moveset. Really, I would have expected to see. Wow. I would not expect this moveset to be the most popular. I don't think Steve is going to use this moveset. The one I'm thinking of is probably this one. Defensive, Scald, Rapid Spin, Recover, and then Thunder Wave or something else. Depending on this matchup, I think this one will be used more because Steve needs a defensive Pokemon on his team because they do have a few options here, but I think that this will be useful. But, Staryu is very unpredictable. It can run both offensive and defensive. So, we'll see what happens here. The special attack stat is pretty good. But it doesn't even need a Life Orb to do really good damage because its stat is pretty good on its own. You can do whatever you want. I just said that. Especially if you're going to switch out against Staryu, Analytic will give it a 1.3 times boost to the attack. Yeah. Staryu got a lot of stuff it could do. I've also seen Recycle Berry Juice on Staryu before. Not quite as good as it is on Munchlax, but it is something that could happen. And I Teleport as well to get a free switch is also a viable option. This is on the set. It's not even on the defensive set, but Teleport is an option for Staryu as well. Half the battle with your team is figuring out what you're gonna bring. Nah, I mean, maybe it might look that way for you. For me, based on the matchups and based on teams here, I think there's clear-cut mons you bring every single week. In my opinion, we'll see how you figure that out. Okay, this is the stupidest tier 2 Pokemon ever. Why is this mon in tier 2? It beats me. Why is this mon in tier 2? Fungus may be slow. Fungus is the tankiest mon that gets flippin' Spore. Come on now. It gets Regenerator and Synthesis for recovery. Sludge Bomb, Giga Drain, that's really all it needs to do. There's no need to do any coverage moves, and it's predictable, and it doesn't matter if it's predictable because it's just that good. The only other thing I could see maybe being used is Foul Play. Fungus is the best at what it does. Really good wall. It could even alternate these EVs a little bit. These EVs, depending on the matchup, Steve may choose to run more physical or more special bulk. And Steve does have, this is one of this is the best wall on his team, so he could tailor-made it to however he wants. Yeah, and nobody has Ferocity, that's true. Yo, Egg! Sorry, Egg, how are you doing today? Congrats on being not first. Oh my god, you're funny. You happy with yourself? Oh, what happened, Egg? Yeah, there's not much more to say as Fungus. It walls a lot of stuff. It has clear-cut weaknesses and it has clear-cut off strength, based on its typing. No way, Egg! Oh my god, yes! That's gonna be so cool. I can't wait to see your next stream, Egg. You need to stream more, Egg. Do it, do it. Tell me when your next stream is. Tell me! Tell me! Tell me! You'll be powered up by the Sada Turo theme? Oh, well that means I'll as an instant window because I 6-0'd Sara. Sada. Oh, for the 3D printer. Nice. That makes sense. That makes sense. Oh my god, Steve, no. Steve, why do you say I'm gonna beat you? Like, your team is actually really good against me, in my opinion. But we'll get to that later. Alright, I'm done talking about Fungus. Bunnelby. This is a big mistake on my end. I didn't even see Bunnelby on the list. I didn't see it on the list. I didn't know it was here. These may look kind of mediocre, but then Huge Power shows up and then it's not mediocre at all. Because it gets Huge Power and Swords Dance. Only thing I'll say, it doesn't get it's not a ground type, so it doesn't get stab on that. Huge Power Quick Attack is really nice. Earthquake, Strength, Stone Edge for coverage, really nice. Could also run Iron Head if it needs to, but not many situations where that's going to be necessary. Really powerful Pokemon. Wild Charge as well, but probably doesn't need to run that either because it's not weak to water. Really good Pokemon. Like, the only thing is that it's not gonna have a good lot of opportunity to set up on, in my opinion, because of its low HP and defense stat. It's not fast enough either, so it can't switch in on anything and set up. It'll have to like come in after something on Steve's team dies and then attempt to set up. But even then, it might not be that hard, easy. I've done like 3 times, but you need to have some confidence then, right? You could do what Nova did and hacks me to death and then win. But Steve, you don't need to do that because you're a good strategist, so you might be able to out-strategize me as well. Don't sell yourself short like that. Come on, man. You did that to PM? Oh my god. Stunky. Okay, Stunky. I was thinking about drafting Stunky myself, but then I picked up Oddish instead. I'll get to that later. So the thing here, this is gonna be Milk's worst nightmare. If Milk is in the chat lurking, this thing completely and utterly dominates Milk. Natu is Milk's tier 1. This thing counters it hard. I would have picked Stunky up if somebody picked Abra. Nobody picked Abra, so I'm just gonna keep. I kept it on the table, and then Steve picked up. Great speed. It hits 18 speed. Usable attack stat. So it doesn't need to run Scarf or anything. It could run Life Orb. Good moveset. Decent special attack, so it could run Fire Blast, kind of like its Evolution Skunk Tank. Just really nice coverage hit stuff. Also has Haze, could be like in Memento for me. And also Explosion. Never ever underestimate Explosion, and also a Defogger. Steve has a Rapid Spinner user and a Defog user. That's pretty big. You convinced Jiggly speaking in tongue with occasional Pokemon names? Oh my god, I am so sorry. Am I really that hard to understand? I'm sorry. Oh dear. I can also say Steve memeing one match, like against a match he's really competent in, using Nasty Plot. Could be big. It has a really good special move pool as well. We'll see. You don't understand any of it? I'm so sorry. Defog? Okay, so Defog, it clears terrain and hazards from the side. So people use moves like Stealth Rock, and Spikes, which is really popular in Pokemon battling. Because when you switch in a Pokemon into a field that has hazards on it, you take damage. So let's say you're a fire type and you get hit by rocks, that's 25% of your health gone. Spikes takes away 12% and 18% with 2 layers and then 25% with 3 layers. It's pretty popular playstyle to use hazards in Pokemon. So most people want to have a way to remove them, and that's why Defog is here. You learned that from Arvin? Oh no. Not like this. Alright. So after Steve... Okay, I didn't expect Steve to draft Purloin as well. I think he drafted it in the same round as Stunky. But, you know, Purloin is Steve's, like... I think that's like Steve's mascot, honestly. Prankster. That's the big one right here. Prankster. Prankster Encore. Fake Out. Fake Tears. Knockoff. Taunt. Oops. Thunderwave. Charm. U-Turn. Yawn. Trick. It has so much utility moves. And these moves could disrupt a team's rhythm and like mess up sweeps. It could change the course of battles. It's just such a insane Pokemon. I don't care about those two. Why these Pokemon have 10 moves? They don't. These are just the moves you could choose from. To use. That's like their entire move pool, and then when you build the Pokemon on Showdown, you pick 4 of the moves like normal. If Rain is the entire point of it, then you're just going to lose. That is my honest opinion. I don't care if you're running Rain Dance for Smoochum or whatever. You better use all of Purloin's tricks, or else you're not using it properly. Smoochum. 85 special attack is nice, 15 defense is terrible, 45 HP is terrible. Hits, it doesn't even have a LC speed, oh my gosh, unfortunate. I think it has 17 speed. So everyone doesn't know what you're gonna pick? Exactly, yeah, you don't know. Basically, this thing is just gonna be probably... It has Fake Out to break sashes, which you're most likely going to see. Psychic, Ice Beam. Maybe Nasty Plot. This thing is pretty one-dimensional. It could run a trick room set to be kind of like Mimi, if it wants to be. If it wants to, but you're probably not going to see that. Grass could be big as well. Hydration is a meh. Oblivious is nice because it can't get taunted. 4-1's kind of useless because it's really frail. Yeah, it doesn't get Lovely Kiss. Sorry. Yeah, it doesn't get Dry Skin. That's why I didn't pick it. I was thinking of picking this myself, but it didn't have the stuff I wanted. Dang, Doom, that's just kind of cold. Charm is okay, but it doesn't mean anything with 15 defense. Smoochum is alright. It's a one-trick pony, though, for the most part. Here's the big pick. I think Steve picked the best. Like, this is gonna be better than... Oops, not this one. This one. It may seem way worse. It's the same stats as regular Slowpoke. But this thing has, it's just a mono psychic type. It has 15 speed, but it's a tier 5 Pokemon. Same stats as a tier 2 Pokemon. And also has Regenerator. This is a steal. I can't believe that nobody else picked this. I was going to pick this, but I picked Ponyta already. So I didn't want to pick another Psychic type. And I already had my 2 tier 5s, Rhyhorn and Remoraid, as I feel like those are my... I want to take those 2 for sure. But if I didn't pick those, I was definitely going to pick this. This is such an insane Pokemon to be in tier 5. What do you mean cold? I mean, maybe you'll understand eventually. I wouldn't say this is the best tier 5 by far, but it's an amazing one. This is a good defender. Maybe you'll see Steve running Fungus, Slowpoke, Galar as his defensive core. Maybe Fungus could be the special defender, and Slowpoke could be the physical defender. It has the same move pool as regular Slowpoke. I mean, it's gonna be doing worse damage because it doesn't have Stab, Scald. But you could do something fun like Belly Drum. You could do something fun like Trick Room. You could do Yawn. You have Slack Off a Recovery. You have Psychic. You can run Physical Set as well. This thing is pretty multi-dimensional. It's pretty incredible. It also has Curse. Curse could be big. Maybe a special defense Slowpoke with Curse, Slack Off. Maybe even better than Munchlax. Who knows? A dual Regenerator core is pretty strong, yes. And you have super effective coverage against Coughing, which can negate your Regenerator, but you could just knock it out with super effective moves instead. So you don't even have to worry about neutralizing gas. So go for you, Steve. Go good. Yeah, this being a tier 5 is crazy. C-Dot, okay. Wait, did you get rid of C-Dot? Hold on. Did you? You did, you got Horsey. Okay. Horsey is a decent tier. I guess Steve is somehow assuming that Purloin and Horsey is going to be a go-to combination when it's really not. I'm like, have you seen Horsey's stats? Like, no offense, Mr. Steve, but this is not the strategy, if that is what you're going for. 30, 25 special defense. Nah. 70 defense is okay, I guess. I don't know. Swift Swim with Rain could be nice. Coverage is nice, same as any other water type. Hydro Pump, Ice Beam, Flash Cannon. That's the coverage moves it's gonna run. There's no like ifs, ands, buts about it. It's pretty predictable moveset. There's nothing really to say about this Pokemon. 70 special attack. Okay. Moving on. Moving on. We have Vulpix. So Steve has 2 sets of... I guess Steve is having 2 types of weather here because he is very insistent on using Rain Dance and Horsey. So we have Vulpix. Stats look kind of meh, but 65 speed is nice. It runs Sunlight, and that will help support its Weather Ball. It does Energy Ball. It has I've probably more likely use this set than this pack than this one, but this could be good too because this gets put you straight into Charmander for solar power. But yeah, it's really nice. So like Eject Pat with Overheat is a really good combination to get in straight in Charmander or something else. 17 speed is workable. It outspeed a lot of stuff. Even most like rock leads, like you'll see Onyx stuff like lead stealth rocks and stub hazards. Vulpix outspeeds most of them. Yo, Rek, I am. How you doing, buddy? Did you fix your internet? Are you gonna play Carbadilly? Ooh, hold on. I know how I'm rating today. You will finish. Enjoy. Yo, Soul! What's up, Soul? How are you doing? Jake, do you hydrate? He also gets Dragon Dance. I don't care about Dragon Dance, Steve. Oh my gosh. Ian's going to do it. You gonna come join later? Nah, I'm not gonna play COD. I might watch you play COD though. I'm not gonna play it myself though. And Aaron, that's a steel type. Good job, Doom. That's good catching. So yeah, I am reviewing. So there's something called Pokemon Novastalgic Draft League. It's a draft league with Pokemon rather than like football players or soccer players or well all that stuff. And I'm just going over everybody's team, saying what my thoughts about each matchup and what the Pokemon could do and how good I think they could do on the team. Yo, Stel! Thanks for stopping by for a quick second. Hope you get your work done soon. And I hope you got fed earlier. I know you were hungry earlier. I hope that you got some good nom noms. And I'll see you later. Requiem, thank you. NTM, I don't know if you knew this, but I'm no stranger to love. You know the rules, and so do I. Oh my gosh, NTM, well, come on in. You did get some knobs. Let's go. Steve, I'm trying to be brutally honest to you. I mean, I would love for you to like int and throw, but it could work. But so many people have like checked to it, so I don't think it will. That's basically what I'm saying with that strategy. Oh no. I'm sorry, Stella Stomach. Why do you not appreciate the Alfredo? Alfredo is good for the tongue. The flavor is beautiful. You do have Secret Sand mode with Sandshrew, that is true. But yeah, Vulpix, good mon. Sets up Charmander well. Sets up Helioptile well as well. More patience. Good luck, Stel. Take care. Alright, Helioptile, not as good as Helios because it doesn't get Weather Ball. But still, Solar Power, another Solar Power Pokemon to take advantage of Sunlight, to increase that special attack. Decent workable speed, I believe that's 17 speed again. Might be 16, but I think it's 17. Volt Switch or U-turn to switch out safely. Thunderbolt, Dragon. No, it doesn't get Dragon. Okay, just mainly just the electric attacker and a Grass Knot, of course. But don't let that limited coverage fool you. It's very powerful for what it's got. Yo, Safety! What's up, Safety? How's it going? Oh my gosh, I can't believe so many people are here watching me talk about Pokemon. I'm not even doing anything fun. But thank you all for being here. I appreciate you all. Ooh, Pogo. The shakes are decent, but when I wait over 25 for the second one and 6 people with full orders get out for my shake, you and your grandmother are peed off. Ah, man, that sucks. I'm sorry to hear that, Pogo. Oh, there you go. He posted it again. No worries, Pogo. I saw it the first time. I just kind of like was jumping all over the place with the chat messages. I kind of like, I didn't mean to ignore you. I'm sorry. You're okay? Decreasingly sick? That's good to hear, Safety. I'm glad to see you. Glad to hear you're feeling better as well. Alright. Oops. Now we're gonna go look at Charmander. Charmander is the main abuser of Vulpix. Weather Ball, Overheat, Fire Blast, Sleep Sock. Interesting. Yeah, Charmander does not have the good coverage, but that's true. I didn't even think about that. I thought it had at least had it does have Dragon Pulse to hit Dragon types. Could be interesting. For the most part, it doesn't really need it because you're hitting Sun boosted fire moves. It's gonna be more powerful than Dragon Pulse anyway. So there's not like a real reason to use anything other than the fire coverage it has right here. How am I? I'm doing alright. I'm not used to talking this much, so my voice is tiring out really early. I'm talking about Pokemon matchups for a draft league. I'm going over everybody's teams, talking about the matchups, seeing how I'm gonna power rank the teams based on what I think are the best and which ones I think are the worst. And that's what we're doing today. What's next here? Sandshrew. I've been teasing Sandshrew the entire time. Sandshrew is a good rapid spin Pokemon, so that's Steve's third hazard removal tool, and can set hazard itself. But also, as Steve was saying, it gets Sand Veil for evasion. 50, 85 is really good defense. 30 is kind of meh. Sand Rush as well to outspeed, but at the same time, 40 is not going to be that good of a stat, even within Sand, but it could be good. Super Fang. If he wants to run a defensive set, Super Fang is really nice. Swords Dance for offensive purposes. Stealth Rock. It could run Rock Tomb or Sand Tomb to trap stuff. It's got an interesting move pool. Knockoff as well to get rid of items. And an Earthquake. It's a pretty nice set. I don't think people should underestimate Sandshrew. Steel Roller to stomp Grookey. Well, here's the thing with that. I did see that too, but have you done the calcs on Grookey? I was gonna pick this, and I did the calcs on Grookey versus Sandshrew, and I decided not to do it. And I think you should look at the calcs and decide that yourself as well to see why I'm reacting this way. You don't know, you didn't even see that. Bet. Alright, so that was Steve's analysis. Steve has a really good well-rounded team. He has some niche options as well for his lower tier Pokemon, but he does have one of the best tier 5s in the game that could probably be more useful than any of his tier 4s. So, I give Steve's team pretty high marks. It can beat teams that are better than him if he plays around his strengths properly, and if he uses unpredictability to his advantage. I will say that Steve's team is really, really good. What's next here? I'll go over Mop's team. I'll assume, Chari, I don't know if this is true. I don't know. I'm assuming that Mops is still next to you or near you or something. I'll review Mop's team right now because, along with being a really formidable team, this is also my week 1 matchup. So I am quite nervous to face this one. Mop straight off the back, he foregoed Porygon, or foregoed Mienfoo. He foregoed Grookey. He decided to pick Porygon, and for good reason. Porygon is really good. Let me show you Porygon stats. 65, 70, 75 defensives, 85 offense, 40 speed is okay. It could be worked around. It could be like a Trick Room Pokemon. It could use Choice Scarf to get around those weaknesses. Really good coverage. The feared Bolt Beam coverage of Ice Beam Thunderbolt is always a problem to face against Psychic, Tri-Attack, Thunder Wave, Recover. It can do so much stuff. The only thing that is, Porygon has so many options that it can be hard. It has like 4-move syndrome. Like, but that's not a big problem in Draft Leagues as compared to Ladder, because Draft League, you have a single matchup to face up. You can switch to set every single week. You get to choose sets easily, and you will be able to adapt well. So 4-move syndrome isn't a big problem. Porygon's really well here. Really great defensive wall and special defensive wall, and a great attacker. It's really crazy. The only thing is here, as you can see here, Steel types can probably do really well against Porygon because they resist pretty much everything that Porygon can throw at it, except for Thunderbolt. And of course, yes, it can also get a download boost for a free special attack boost, which would be detrimental. So when you, if anybody's facing Porygon, I would advise if you have defense stats and special defense stats really close together, I advise bumping that defense stat a little bit lower than the special defense, so that Porygon's attack would get increased rather than a special attack. Whereas that could be game changing and the end of the game. But yeah, Porygon, incredible Pokemon, can do so much. Onix, I was talking about Onix earlier, one of the best rock setters in the entire meta. 160 defense. It has sturdy and weak armor can also be used. Don't be surprised to see it. Like this thing. This is why I didn't draft regular Ponyta. I drafted Galarian Ponyta because this thing could, even though it only has a 45 attack stat, this thing could stop Ponyta in its tracks because of its sky high defense, and it's really good moves. Right here, it sets the Stealth Rocks, and then once you can use Sturdy twice basically. You get down to Sturdy, Berry Juice gets it back up to full health, and then Sturdy activates again. And this is the one I was looking at here. This is one of the funniest movesets it could run here. Sorry about the repost. I'm just in a mood where I'm a little frustrated. No worries, Pogo. I did respond really slowly to it, so I don't mind about the repost. I'm quite like, I do want to read everybody's chat messages, and for this type of stream, I'm not used to doing something like this. It is harder for me to keep up with chat as usual, so I really don't mind. I'm actually quite pleased you reposted it. Jiggly, Onix. Well, you see, it does XYZ with this and that. Me, this is Onix. Big Rock Snick. Fair enough, Doom. But yeah, this is such a fun set here that I would love to see work out well. If Mops makes this happen, I honestly would not be mad if I lost to it. And then this is the other one. Weak armor. It sets the it sets its rocks, and it still could do the last minute boom 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 boom. It's pretty cool. I would say Onix is, I mean, there's not much to explain. Onix is like the best rock setter in the format. If you really want rocks up badly, you use that thing. That's what co-streams are for, but who am I going to co-stream with? I don't know. Spin in the chat if you want to catch it up. Alright, everybody. For coverage, not really much more I could use than the ones that are listed in the up here, because either because of its special attacking move, or because it's just not worth it. Next up we have Growlithe. Really good pickup. I kind of want to Growlithe myself. I'm quite mad I didn't pick it up, because I don't have any. I'm surprised it has no. Look at the stats, very even. 55, 45, 50 defenses seems kind of meh, but an Intimidate will basically bolster its defense because it's lowering the opposing Pokemon's attack. And then Will-O-Wisp, of course. And it can also be very offensive. 70, its offenses is really good. It can run special or physical. Most likely going to run physical because it has close combat, flare blitz, play rough, psychic fangs. A lot of good, and wild charge, of course. A lot of good physical coverage. But it can also run just a defensive, maybe Will-O-Wisps, and then special set with Flamethrower or Fire Blast. And then Charm as well. It's just a really fun Pokemon. Growl is really good, especially for a tier 3, kind of crazy. Shellos, another good Pokemon. 76, 48, 62, and it also has Storm Drain to be immune to water attacks. Really nice. This set is popular on its evolution, Gastrodon, on like more Mimi sets, but this set is not to be a joke taken for granted. Curse Amnesia bolsters its already high defenses. Recover for recovery. Facade exists too, and Toxic is not really widely seen in this meta because of the Gen 8 nerf to Toxic. So this thing can quickly come on top of you and like end the game. It's really scary to deal with. For a tier 3 Pokemon, another really good pickup from Mops. Hatena is next. Not much to say about this. This is kind of a weak Pokemon. For a tier 4, I'd say it's kind of weak for a tier 4. But then you remember it doesn't even get Trick Room as well, but it does get Nuzzle and Mystical Fire. Two decent moves for speed control. Also gets Calm Mind, but I don't see any opportunity for it to use it. Giga Drain, Healing Wish could be big. It's got some potential. Poliwag is an underlooked Pokemon in my opinion. 90 speed gives it makes it hit the 19 speed tier, which is very coveted. 50 attack. The defenses kind of suck though, but if it could somehow survive an attack and pull off Belly Drum, it's so scary. It's gonna be really hard to stop. So I can imagine a set like this: Hypnosis, Belly Drum, Waterfall, or does it get Liquidation? No, so Waterfall, and then a coverage move. So actually, it doesn't really have good coverage moves. I guess Body Slam would be the best one, or Dig. I mean, it is a 2-hit move, but it is good coverage against stuff that Poliwag struggles against. So maybe Dig. Like, it's very high maintenance, but if you can make it work, it can be game winning. I was considering drafting Poliwag as well. I was also considering drafting this Pokemon. Mops took a lot of Pokemon that I was looking at. The stats look really meh, but it's a tier 5 Pokemon. It's probably one of the better stat spreads in tier 5, to be honest. Bulletproof is nice. Soundproof is also nice, depending on the matchup. And then Overcoat, immune to stuff. So let's say you send this thing out on a Fungus. It has Bulletproof, so you can't use. So Fungus can't use Sludge Bomb, or it could use. Or have Overcoat. Fungus can't use Spore. Send out one of those Pokemon. Set up maybe. It does get Sword Dance. Okay, Sword Dance. Set up the Sword Dance, and then you have the coverage moves from there. You have Dragon Claw. You have Earthquake. You have X Scissor. Pretty decent for it, especially for a tier 5 Aqua Tail as well. Sorry, thank you for the hydrate. Yeah, Mops has a lot of Pokemon that needs like team support to make it shine. So both Poliwag and this are example of that. We'll see if he can make it happen. Porygon does exist on this team. Porygon does have Trick Room. It could be big. We'll find out when he battles. Next up is Roggenrola, which was a free agent pick. I believe Mops. Who did Mops originally pick? Let me check. Mops originally had a P-Dub. Okay, yeah, that was way better. Much better pick for Mops. Although, I will also say that it's not really needed. This is completely overshadowed by Onyx. There's nothing that Roggenrola does better than Onyx. Same abilities, sturdy and weak armor. Maybe this is just like a... I lie here. Gravity. I have an idea. If I had Mop's team, I have a really big idea. And if you see me battling last season, you know my idea. You now slurking. Bye, Jiggly. Glad to see you. Thank you, Safety, for being here. Have a good rest of your morning, and have a good sleep. Okay, take care now. Should I tell you all? I mean, I'm hovering over the move right now. You all have to know. If you've watched my Pokemon streams in the past, you all have to know what I'm thinking of. If anybody wants to say it real quick, that'd be pretty cool. But I'm not gonna say it. But I know what I'm watching out for if I face Mops and I see Roggenrola and a certain other mon on the team at the same time. I know what I'm gonna be watching out for. That's actually pretty cool. In that case, honestly, I honestly might have gotten rid of Onyx and just used Roggenrola. As crazy as that sounds. Farfetch'd Galar as a tier 2. Aw, dang, that's unfortunate. PM. Roggenrola is gonna be kind of nasty if it does what I think it's gonna do. I'm quite scared. I'm very scared. Farfetch'd Galar, this is a really cool Pokemon because it has Farfetch'd stats, right? Basically. In fact, it's even better than Farfetch'd. It's a little bit slower, but it's a listen Lil Cup because it can evolve. It has a 95 attack and a 120 base power move, 2 120 base power moves, and knockoff. And Final Gambit as well. I don't know about that one. I mean, yes, it's good and all, but I feel like in a Draft League format, you're not going to see it as much because just the pure power that Farfetch'd Galar brings is probably going to be good enough to not even have to use Final Gambit. But let's see what other priority moves or coverage moves to have. Leaf Blade for rock types. No, close combat already exists. Anything for electric types? Nah. I guess you don't really need any. I mean, it's nice to have it, but you're probably not going to use it. I was passively taking in your words during some Mario Kart. You're talking about gravity and a sleep move. Yep, exactly. You know exactly what I'm talking about, Steve. Good job. You get full points. Oh dear. I faced Mops week 1. Am I gonna be the first one to deal with that strategy? I'm quite scared. I'm scared about this set as well because Farfetch'd Galar is gonna be hard to switch into. I'm not sure how I'm gonna deal with it. Ooh, well, I got some time to think about it, I guess. Oh dear. Does it get U-turn? It doesn't get U-turn. Weird. I would have assumed it did. That's okay though. It's good that it can't pivot, or else it kind of would have been extra crazy with this Choice Scarf set. Really good tier 2 pick. Meowth, another really good tier 2 pick. Stat-wise, you'd be like, huh? What? Moveset-wise, bam, 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 bam. These two right here. That's just... And then Technician to boost their power by 1.5. You have a 60 power Fake Out. You have a 45 power Feint with Life Orb Stab, which is the same type of attack bonus. And Water Pulse for coverage to get rid of stuff like Onyx and any rock type, honestly. This thing is so scary. It's a like you could use it to it says it right here. You could revenge kill Pokemon. You could weaken them significantly for your sweepers to finish the job. It's hard, like it's hard to tell once you look at when it could be used so many different ways. Like it's hard to tell what role it's going to be used at from team preview. You're going to have to just face it and hope for the best. And again, it hits that 18? I thought it was 19. I guess it's only 18. Hits speed 18, which is nice. Bulbasaur, another good pickup for Mops. I think Mops' team is so strong. Like, why do I have to face Mops' team week 1? Why couldn't it be somebody else? For a tier 3 Pokemon, meh stats, but it's a starter Pokemon stats. It's to be expected. But then it's like kind of like how my Oddish works. It's nice, a nice little anti-sun because you could run. Actually, no, it doesn't get Solar Beam. It does get Solar Beam. Weather Ball. You can be used against Sun teams. It could run Swords Dance and Bullet Seed to break through sashes. It's got a lot of good coverage options and a lot of variety. Knockoff. I'd also probably run the physical moveset over the special moveset for this Pokemon. It is 19. That's what I thought. I don't know why. I went here and it said 18. I'm like, huh? What are you talking about? It has to be 19. Cool. I don't know why the set showed me 18. Weird, but whatever. But yeah, this thing is gonna be... I mean, good defensive typing as well. We all know Fungus shares the same typing. Charm is cool. I will say it probably does need that one turn to set up. It's gonna be hard to set up Swords Dance. But again, Porygon has Trick Room. So who knows? Who knows what will happen? And last but not least, Petalil. I think this is I will be 100% honest, this was a dumb pick. I don't think that this has any use on Mop's team. It's another overlapping pick with Rock and Roll, like Rock and Roll Onyx was. This overlaps with Bulbasaur, doesn't do anything as well as Bulbasaur. Has a better special attack, I guess. But other than that, it's kind of terrible. Like if for a tier 5 Pokemon, I would see what's left in tier 5. You could have picked Carablast. You could have picked Lillipup. Well, not really Lillipup. You have Porygon already. There's Mudkip. I don't know. I don't know why Mops picked Lillipup. But who knows? Maybe Mops will prove me wrong. That's probably the only useless thing I see on this team. I don't see anything else being... everything else is fair game. It's definitely one of the strongest teams out there. And I faced it week 1, so that's nice. We'll get to see how I fare against it. Alright, let's go look at PM's team. And PM, you already know what I'm going to say. This is the best team in the draft. I'm just by looking at it. Straight off the bat. This team is incredible. You have Grookey. If y'all don't know why Grookey is so overpowered, 65 attack, Grassy Surge summons Grassy Terrains, which powers up grass type moves, and then a signature move, Grassy Glide, gets priority during Badoo and attacking when Poke catch it up. But yeah, Grassy Glide gets priority. It gets a move power increase from Grassy Terrain. It's pretty powerful. And Grookey has a workable speed. 17 speed is not bad at all. Also gets knockoff, drain punch, U-turn for momentum, protect as well. Does also get sword stance. It does get sword stance. Not on this sheet, but I guess because it's not really the bulkiest option, but it's still something to consider. But Grookey's just so good at just destroying things, especially late game. It's just a crazy Pokemon. So good. So hard to counteract. And on its would-be checks, it just knocks off their like defensive items or anything, so it's just so good. Score Bunny. So Libero is not banned. So Score Bunny has a really good speed stat, another 17 speed reacher, 71 attack, and then it gets Libero to which is basically protein. You get same type attack bonus and your typing changes to whatever move you use. So Blaze Kick, Gong Shot, U-turn, High Jump Kick, Sucker Punch. Those are the same like 5 moves that Cinderace, this fully evolution of all Pokemon, uses for the most part. And it does the same thing in Little Cup basically. Defensive options will have a hard time dealing with this. I don't see many more priority things it can use, but it's pretty, like, this is all it really needs. It has perfect coverage right here for the most part. Just can't hit water type super effectively. I know Bronzor is next. I'm gonna skip to Sobble because PM drafted all of the starters for Sword and Shield basic in his draft, which is just amazing. It actually has an analysis. There's no way. Sobble also at 17 speed has a respectable special attack stat, and this is also the set I had in mind for Sobble. Reflect, Light Screen, U-turn for moving around, and then Flip and Surf, because it doesn't get Scald for some reason. But that is basically, Sobble does that pretty well. Doesn't get Ice Beam for some reason. One of the few water types doesn't do that. But with PM's team, this could be big, just setting up for a sweep. Screens is a very powerful in Little Cup right now. In the ladder, before Sword and Shield came out, Screens was dominating the metagame, so I could see this being really big. And speaking of screen setters, we have Bronzor. Not its primary thing to do, but it's definitely something it can. Defenses are crazy. It's 57, 86, 86. Iconic, yes. As I mentioned, it does have screens itself. Has Gyro Ball, which does more power the slower you are. Has Trick Room. Has Trick. You could pair Steel Roller with his terrain. He sets up terrain with Grookey. Use Steel Roller to end it. Set up rocks. Does it get body? No, it doesn't get body press. Okay. Really fearsome Pokemon. Gravity again. Every time I see Gravity, I'm gonna look at it and be like, ooh, scary, spoopy. But yeah, that's quite fun. Quite the mon. Levitate and Heat Proof also exist. Heavy Slam with Heavy Metal. I would not see that coming, but if it does come, cool. All power to you, PM. Alright, and PM took Darumaka. I wanted Darumaka myself. I didn't think that Darumaka was gonna get sniped. I thought I was gonna get every single tier 3 in the book because I think I drafted like 6 of them. But this is one of you evaded me. Basically, Darumaka, 90 attack with Hustle. It's a risk-reward strategy. With basically you run a Choice Scarf, and you hope that you don't miss, and you do lots of big damage. Does not have the bulk to run Belly Drum, but it does learn it. Oops. We have Fire Punch. Flare Blitz is there, but probably Fire Punch is going to be used more, just for longevity. Hammer Arm is nice. Rock Slide, and U-Turn for moving around, and Superpower. Really good coverage for Darumaka. Noibat. Noibat, I believe, is a good Tailwind setter. Uh-oh. Noibat, load up. There we go. Terrible stats. Gets Tailwind. Gets U-Turn. That's about it. Interesting coverage moves, but it's not strong enough to make them work out well. Defog as well. So I guess Tailwind Defog would be Noibat's biggest niche, and Super Fang. Switcheroo as well, maybe could to cripple a defender. Very, very, very. I mean, it's weak, but it has a use. It has its uses if PM can make it work. We'll find out. Meowth Alola. Okay, so Meowth. I was keeping Meowth on the table for a long time, the Alolan form, because I knew that stat-wise it's inferior to regular Meowth because its special attack is higher, and its bulk is low enough that it can't really abuse Nasty Plot to get a better special, but still gets Technician. Yes, the same moves that Meowth does. Water Pulse will get the Technician boost. It gets Taunt. It gets Parting Shot. This is the big one right here. A 19 speed Pokemon with Parting Shot. I was gonna pick it, but I figured I had so many. I mean, if it was there, I was gonna take it, but it was something I was very concerned about. And when I saw PM get it, I was upset. I was like, man, I should have just blocked it so PM wouldn't get it. But that's not what happened. PM got the best one of these really good tier 4 Pokemon. Like, I think PM is just balling with these draft picks. He knows what he's doing. It can do it all. It could do a lot of stuff. Esper is one of the bulkiest tier 5 Pokemon out there. 62, 54, 60. Really well-rounded stats. It's really nice. This is a 68 speed, is 17, I believe. In Little Cup, which is good. Could be another screen setter. Light Screen Reflect. Cannot be confused. Cannot be intimidated. With own tempo. Can run Trick Room. Could run Yawn. Could run Tickle, Thunderwave. Very good support set. And does have some good offensive moves as well, like Psychic, Fake Tears. It has Gravity again. Oh my god. Dark Pulse. The meme Charge Beam could be a thing. It doesn't get Thunderbolt though, but I wouldn't. But who knows? Maybe PM wants a meme. Scary T5. Both of PM's tier 5s are amazing. If it's not enough, PM got Marini. Oh my god. Dear help me. A great defensive typing. Really good physical defense. Regenerator to restore health every time it switches out. Recover to recover in battle. Knock off to get out of to get rid of the opposing Pokemon's items. Scald to Sludge Bomb for coverage and to possibly burn physical attackers. It's just flippin' incredible. It's not really much more to say. This thing is just so good. This is why people run Diglett, just for Marini. So Chari will be fine with Marini. I'm not gonna be fine with Marini. I'm gonna get kind of destroyed. My best Pokemon to deal with this thing is a Rock and Ground type, which just gets murdered. Yeah, very incredible that and then Spritzy to complete the defensive core. Oh jeez. Another good Trick Room user and abuser. This is a good special defensive mon. 78, 50, 60, 65 defenses with a 63 special attack. Wish, Protect, Moonblast, Psychic, or Covet. Also could run Nasty Plot in Trick Room. It's just crazy. Just incredible stats, and it cannot be taunted or anything because of Aroma Veil. So I was quite mad when PM sniped me because I thought I was gonna pick it literally that next round. But I was more concerned about sniping the good tier 5s, and that was my bad. I should have taken this because my team really would like this right now, honestly. But PM has it, not me. Yep, Marini and Spritzy together. This is just a terrible combination for us to deal with. Yamask Galar fills a similar role to Yamask that I explained earlier in Chari's team preview. The only thing is Wandering Spirit instead of Mummy. I mean, it's basically the same thing. And then it's part ground type as well, so it adds some weaknesses actually, which is kind of like, eh. It does get Earthquake though, which could be big off a 55 attack stat. Could be usable. We'll see how PM uses it. And it does get the same, does get Pain Split though, like its counterpart, which is bad. But does still get Memento. We'll see how PM uses this. You've been looking for a while. Yeah, good job, PM. Good. That's just good team building. Oh my gosh. And then Choodle as a tier 5. PM has 4 tier 5s. 3 of them are, I can see 2 of them being extremely good and have their uses. I can see one of them, Yamask having its moment to shine. I can see this thing shining as well. If anybody decides to want to play Rain, this thing could be a Swift Swim to counteract it. Has Strong Jaw and Shell Armor as well. Really good useful abilities. Maybe Dragon Tail. Jaw Lock is nice. I didn't know I got Jaw Lock actually. Limited move pool, but it has enough stuff to do damage, you know? It can do stuff. And yeah, like I said, PM may be loaded with a lot of lower tier Pokemon, and unlike Steve's, these are probably all really good. They're all Steve's are all really good. I mean, these are all like usable as well. I mean like Steve. I didn't mean not like Steve. I mean like Steve's. So this team is pretty crazy. I will put my curse on PM. This is the best team. This is the best draft as usual. PM is the best at drafting Pokemon. If I could pay PM to draft for me, I probably would in the future. It's always the best. Like, PM puts together these cores. It's so hard to team build against, and it's gonna be the same story here again. Great offensive core, great defensive core. How do you break that? We'll have to find out. Alright, we're gonna go over JLP's team, and right off the bat, we all know JLP drafts his favorites more often than mons that are, you know, like great. Like, he drafted Tyrant and Carvana as his first picks. That's fine. Tyrant is the best dragon type in the tier, with a monstrous 89 attack with Strong Jaw, and then the ability to Dragon Dance. So that's just pretty monstrous and then crazy. But you can't put this in early game because its speed is too low to do things early. Really good coverage moves: Rock Blast, Psychic Fangs, Close Combat, Fire Fang, Crunch. Did I say Earthquake already? Earthquake, Iron Head, Scale Shot to raise speed if it wants to do that. Probably doesn't have to. There's not a lot of dragon types in this tier, but maybe it's an option. Alcremie to try to even Pokemon catch it up. Thank you for the stretch and hydrate. And I guess that rocks as well. Oh my god, Steve. Oh, Steve. But yeah, Tyrant, good Pokemon. Mudbray, another good Pokemon. Because of its ability stamina to boost its defense, it already has a good defense. 70, 70, 40, 55 is really decent defenses, honestly. So coupled with Eviolite, doesn't have any way to recover health though. That's the only thing that we could say about this thing. No health recovery, but Stealth Rock, Earthquake, or High Horsepower, depending on if you're facing Grookey or not. Close Combat, and then Heavy Slam. Only thing is, unlike its evolution, it doesn't get Body Press. Body Press would have been really nice here to take advantage of Stamina Boost. But really good coverage regardless. And thing also sets Stealth Rocks if it needs to. Yeah, I guess so. You can do that, Steve. What more can I say about this Pokemon? It's pretty much stuck with those 5 coverage moves. Like, it can't really run much more. If it wants to run, I like this set. I thought this was something I made up, but apparently it's a default set, or like a Smogon set. It's viable. Rest, Sleep Top, Earthquake, Heavy Slam. Stamina to gain defenses, run max special defense, and then get your defense boost by people attacking you, and then you get recovery with Rest and Sleep Talk. Pretty good set. I don't see JLP ever using that, but it's a thing. Golett is just one of JLP's favorite mons, because he likes to use Golurk a lot. This could be... It's only got the one set. Yeah, Poltergeist, Earthquake, Dynamic Punch, Rock Slide with no guard. It can't really run anything else. It does get Fire Punch as coverage, Ice Punch, and stuff like that. But it's not really one I'm going to want to use it. Earthquake will do the same amount of damage as Fire Punch or Ice Punch, super effective, or Thunder Punch. Poltergeist will do more than that. Dynamic Punch for confusion, Rock Slide to finish off the coverage. It doesn't need the other moves. It's one trick pony, but I'm sure knowing JLP will see more than one trick. Torchic. Torchic was my baton passer back in the day, back when it was viable and usable. Speed boost, protect is definitely gonna be a thing. It gets Swords Dance, right? Yes. So I can see something like a Swords Dance. Flare Blitz maybe. Swords Dance, Flare Blitz. Doesn't get good fighting moves, unfortunately. Yeah, could use better coverage. Sneakily though, it does learn Defog. I don't know if you ever knew that, but it could use it. The Torchic has a limited move pool. It could do good things. Rock Slide's nice. Quick Attack's nice. We'll see what JLP decides to do with it. Machop. Machop kind of fits the same role as Golett, as no guard, dynamic puncher. Great attack, great HP, everything else is meh. Good move pool. It has bullet punch for coverage. We'll see if JLP uses it. Close combat, earthquake, fire punch, maybe not, probably not. Does it get knockoff? It does get knockoff to deal with psychic types. For fairy types, it gets poison jab. Could be nice, but it's not gonna outspeed anything. Yo, Milk, perfect! I'm doing your team after JLP's, so hey, welcome on in. You gotta go, Chari. Don't forget to hydrate. No worries, Chari. Thanks for staying here for so long, and I will see you next time. Oh, Dragon Ball Z. I mean, what? Yeah, well, there. Okay, now we get to the crazy picks. This one here, Ralts. This is just not a good Pokemon. We all know that Ralts and Curlier are bad. Gardevoir's where's that? This is abysmal. It can have all the good coverage in the world, it can't use it properly. In fact, it doesn't even get Moonblast. It doesn't even get, it does get Dazzling Gleam, but it doesn't get Moonblast. It gets T-Bolt though. It's not gonna be doing much damage. It could be like a reverse Trick Room, Memento user or something, or Destiny Bond or something. Maybe something niche like that. If it was on my team, but I don't think JLP would do something like that. Chrome killed your extension of disabled Twitch ads. I'm so sorry, Milk. That sucks. Yamper. Oh, our Yamper. Her. Meh. Doesn't even get its coverage moves. It gets Play Rough, and that's it. And Dig, I guess. This thing auto loses to ground types. Yeah. And Crunch, I guess. Big Grip. Yeah. It gets Roar though. Could be. I mean, but the thing is, I just don't see JLP ever using moves like this. Please surprise me, JLP. Prove me wrong. I would love to see you prove me wrong. But I just don't see it. Yamper's not going to be that good. Carvanha, amazing Pokemon. Gets starts off at 16 speed boost to increase it. Flip Turn is the Gen 8 move that changes everything. It can now have momentum by flip switching out. Crunch, Psychic Fang's great moves. Protect to raise the speed. Also has good special moves if it wants to do something Mimi, like run Ice Beam. Hydro Pump, which could be more useful in certain situations, honestly. And that's about it for the coverage. Carvanha is pretty simple. It doesn't do much. I mean, it does do much. It has the moves it needs to, and it doesn't even really need an explanation. It's just pretty incredible. My brother, why would you waste your points that way? Dilly, no. I can't believe somebody redeemed that. Oh my god. That's incredible. Congrats on wasting your channel points, Dilly. Good morning. I can't believe it. Dilly, I went to sleep at 7:30 and I woke up at 10:30 in the morning. I would also say Destiny Bond is a good shout for a fourth move to, like, if it's about to die, take something out with it. Sharpedo is good at doing that too. Shh, Milk. Don't tell them that. Don't tell them that. Oh no. Milk, you're not first. Congrats. Alright, Impidimp is, unfortunately, for a tier 3 Pokemon, is a big disappointment. It has Prankster. It has Fake Out. It has Fake Tears. It doesn't get... I guess Taunt, I guess. The moves that it needs the moves that its evolutions have. It's not really that good in its first form. I would say at this run it's not going to be that... I mean, it's going to be used, it's not going to be that good though. Unfortunately. Yeah, there's not really much more to say. It's a very shallow move pool, and it's just not even that good of a dude. Obviously, Purloin would be better than this. Purloin's in tier 4 though, and this is in tier 3. Very undeserved, I think. Thanks for the hydrate. Worse than Purloin, yeah, exactly. What do you think, Steve? Stretch, thank you. Thanks for taking. You took over for Chari, because Chari was doing that the entire time. Thank you. I need those reminders constantly. Ooh, yeah. Man, I said I was gonna do a short stream. Less than 2.5 hours, and it's gonna be like 3 hours again. I just can't stop talking. Someone should just shut. I should have a redeem where I just shut up for like 10 minutes. Yeet! Thank you for that. Thank you, Milk. Litwick. Oh dear, he picked Litwick too. You're right, Steve. You can use your Purloin strat against this. You're gonna win with it. Slow Pokemon needs Trick Room support to do any sort of damage, and even still it won't do that much. I mean, I guess it can. Fire Blast, Life Orb, Fire Blast could be good. Haze to get rid of stat changes. Shadow Ball. That's it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Psychic, I guess. I think JLP runs Psychic. Mystical Fire could be good to lower people's special attack. And Energy Ball. Okay, it does have some good coverage. But it's just going to be too slow. And as a Ghost type, it's weak to almost everything because almost a lot of everything has water coverage or ground coverage or dark coverage. So it's going to be really hard to pull off. Let's see what JLP can do. And last but not least, Wooloo. Wooloo is just for the culture. Just for the culture. It does get bulletproof though. And Fluffy. Like, it gets set up and it'll be hard to kill, but then what next? It can't really do much back to us. It can't set up its own boost to hurt us. It could be a nice meme. It gets Grassy Glide for some reason. Who knows, but we'll see if JLP ever uses this. No, it has not. I haven't done any rankings yet. I've just been going over teams. You are the next team I'm going to do. I'm going to do you, then Nova, then myself, and then I'll be the last 3 teams. But I will say with absolute confidence that this is the worst team in the draft. Sorry, JLP. It's just how it is. Sorry. Yeah, Milk, I wanted to save you because I know you sometimes, I don't remember your work schedule, but I know you do work quite often. On the off chance that you were able to like come in, I wanted to save you for, I was saving you until, we'll see. You did come in through, so it worked. Yeah, no problem. Alright, Milk's draft is, it's pretty good honestly. Natu is amazing. For a tier of Pokemon, it's amazing. It could do dual screens. It has, look at all these things. It has so many things it could do. Because this move pool is massive. Stats are nice. Defenses look kind of like meh, but once you realize that it's like, it's a really decent defensive typing, honestly. You gotta run, you just wanna watch out for knockoff and stuff. And try to outspeed stuff. Psychic Heat Wave, good coverage. Roost U-turn to get out of unfavorable situations. Nice. Cosmic Power, Stored Power. Oh god, I don't know if I'm ready for that. Honestly, we'll see once we face it. But it's a very fearsome set. Dual screens, of course, to support other stuff. Then teleport to get out safely, and then Thunder Wave to paralyze stuff. Great set. And then you just could do all-out attacker as well with Sucker Punch and Shadow Ball. You could run Calm Mind. You could run Giga Drain. You could run Dazzling, Gleam, Grass Knot, Nightshade, Psych Up. If someone sets up, you could take their set. They could take their stat boost. Tailwind support. Oh gosh. Wish, probably not going to be wishing, but Wish is an option as well. Oh, you didn't know that? Well, there you go. Now you know. If you want a Poke catch up Vanillite, go for it. Cosmic Power, Stored Power is going to be so hard to deal with. That is why I made sure and have a Haze user in my team because I knew somebody was going to be Natu. I wasn't sure if it was going to be you, Milk, but I knew somebody was going to get it. So I wanted to make sure I had a Haze user just for that, and I do have a Haze user, so don't use it against me. Please. Also, notable thief. If you get your item knocked off, you could thief somebody else's item. Could be big. Natu is a premier Pokemon in this tier. Aron. I was quite surprised to see Aron at tier 2. Has a lot of weaknesses. Sturdy though is nice. So that means you're gonna get automatic rocks. Yeah, automatic rocks. And then you also have the option to run Rock Head, Head Smash. But it is slow, so you're gonna need Trick Room support or some kind of support like Tailwind or something to make this thing faster. Pokebutt, let's go, Buttspot. Let's go, Buttspot. You know what's up. It does get autotomized to increase the speed. So maybe if you switch in on something that's kind of passive, like maybe something like a Munchlax or a Lickitung, you could switch this thing in. Actually, not Lickitung. Sorry. Why am I telling you Lickitung? I'm gonna carry coverage for this thing if I face you with Lickitung. Maybe like Porygon or Munchlax. If you're running the Rock Head set, you switch it in, set up your autotomize. Then you can run your Head Smash. It's got some decent coverage moves as well. It has Iron Defense, but probably not gonna use that because it doesn't get oh, it does get Body Press actually. You can run Iron Defense Body Press if you want as well. One of my favorite old school strategies is Metal Burst Sturdy. If you want to run that as well, maybe something like Berry Juice, Metal Burst. So you get your health back, and you get to KO Pokemon. It's a fun Pokemon. Superpower exists as well, but you have Body Press, so you're probably gonna use that. Rock Tomb. Yeah, pretty good mon. Buttspot, have you broken the fourth wall? Why are you doing this? Why do you actually change the syllable butt to butt? It changed the syllable butt to butt. I am completely shook. I can't believe it. Is this real? Is this real, everybody? I can't stream under these conditions. Buttspot! Go off, Buttspot. Let's go. Ah, Steve, don't ruin the fun. Alright, Sandile. Sandile, respectable speed. I think it hits 16 or 17. It doesn't tell me, but it's either 16 or 17 speeds, which is nice. Good attack, great abilities in Intimidate or Moxie that can be useful, but the defense is kind of holding back a little bit. It does get rocks though. I don't know if this is accurate. You'll have to double check this for Toxic. I don't know if it actually gets it or not. Something like a Choice Scar set could be nice. Like a Revenge Killer, Earthquake, Stone Edge. Does it get Crunch? Does get Crunch. Does get Stone Edge. You could... It also gets Retaliate, which doubles in power if somebody faints. Be a good Revenge Killer and get Moxie Boost if you want. It could be an Intimidate Pokemon. And can use Snarl. It's got some decent utility. Taunt as well. You can do some big things with it. Yo, that would be amazing, Milk. Thank you for that. Thank you so much. You have Baneri as a tier 3. Baneri is kind of like a discount Meowth. Similar speed, but good attack. But it gets Fake Out, but doesn't get Faint. If it got Faint, it would have been better than Meowth, but it doesn't. However, Limber, you can't get paralyzed. Which is nice. Because there are a lot of people who want to paralyze you in this format. Baby Doll, Charm to drop attack. It has Cosmic Power as well. Surprise. Imagine Cosmic Power Baneri. Encore. Fake Tears. It has good support moves. Healing Wish. So if you're low and you're about to die, you could just go bye world. I'll heal up one of my other Pokemon that are kind of low. It's got Play Rough for coverage. It's a really good Pokemon, especially for a tier 3. I am actually quite intrigued by this. Milk, you got a really good Pokemon here. Hey yo, Fant, how you doing? We are reviewing everybody's Pokemon Draft League selections and teams, and then we're gonna do a little power ranking and see how everything goes. That's what we're doing today. That's why I put on just chatting. We're not actually battling. Alright. This is one I'm not sure about. Milk. Zubat is probably not the best. It gets Defog though. It also gets Quick Attack. It gets Tailwind support if you want to use Tailwind to make something. Well, the thing is, Natsu already does Tailwind better. And you have actually don't have a knockoff user, I think. Unless Baneri gets it. I don't remember if it does. But this might be your only pick I'm not too sure about. But you know, we all stand to bat, so Super Fang is nice. Oh really? That's amazing, Milk. I caught a little Pokemon. I caught a little Batman. Batman. That's awesome. Yeah. I mean, fair enough then, Milk. Fair enough. I have nothing more to say. Alright, here's a interesting one. Execute has a terrible typing, but the stats are amazing. So, if you could get rid of those knockoff users, and if you get rid of U-turn users, this thing could be really big late game, especially with Harvest. You could maybe harvest orange berries repeatedly over and over again. And it's, of course, it's had a good move pool and good defenses. 60, 80, 45 is not bad at all. 60 special attack could be a little bit higher. Also gets Trick Room, which can help mitigate its low speed. Teleport to switch out of unfavorable matchup. Sisyphus for recovery, Stun Spore, and Sleep Powder. Yes, Little Cup Draft League, Fent. That's what we're doing. You can also do dual screens if you really want. But you already have, it also has Gravity. Hey, Milk, you have Gravity Hypnosis if you want to use that. Yeah. Not much more to say. Great Pokemon. Just held back by its bad typing. And terrible matchup against a lot of top tier Pokemon. But, you know, if you can find a team that doesn't have a lot of bug or dark coverage, you'll be fine. I know you didn't realize. That's why I let you know. I'm letting you know. Wimpod. Okay, Wimpod was Milk's first pick. Milk loves what's it called, Golisopod. So I'm not surprised Milk picked this. Honestly, I still think Milk, you could have picked this later on, and it would have still been there. It has no offensive presence whatsoever. However, it is a great suicide lead because if you get off it's really fast. Hits 18 speed. You get to drop off spikes. You get to at least get off 2 layers of spikes most of the time. That's pretty clutch. And then Wimp Out will force you can switch out immediately into something better. It's actually quite a good Pokemon for a tier 5. So I'll give you that, Milk. Good enough for week 2? Oh yeah. But you were first in the draft, you had to. Fair enough. Fair enough, Milk. What's next? Silly Cobra. Somebody wanted Silly Cobra, I don't remember who. Probably for because of the ability Sand Spit. When you get hit, Sandstorm begins. pretty decent stats to get hit and pull off that Sand Spit. Move pool wise kind of sucks though. 57 attack, so you could probably use Skitter Smack and Earthquake and Dragon Rush, I guess. But those and Coil to set up could be okay. It is Silly Cobra, nice. Yeah, gotcha. Fair enough. I don't think that you should. I mean, honestly, looking at your two teams, I don't think that you would benefit from trading anything with Steve, unfortunately. Yeah, nothing much more to say here. You get free sand if you get hit, or you could do Shed Skin to get rid of status. Your choice. And again, a pretty decent Pokemon for tier 5. You picked up Coughing though. Coughing is nice. I like Coughing on your team. That's kind of also why Zubat doesn't really have a place on your team, because you have Natu and Coughing, both tier 1 Pokemons that pretty much overshadow it. Another good defensive Pokemon, 40, 95, 45 bulk. This was one of my favorite Pokemon to use in Gen 4. Lil Cup. This is Gen 9. I mean Gen 8, so it's a lot different nowadays. But it's even still, it gets neutralizing gas to stop stuff like, it even says right here, Mienfoo and Grookey. They can't do anything to it. If only you could learn Body Press, yeah, that would have been so nice. Skwovet! Sludge Bomb Fire Blast is really good coverage. Will-O-Wisp to make physical Pokemon even more pain, and even more in pain. And then Pain Spit for recovery. Really nice. Just like Wheezing is as well. I love Coughing. It's really good in this tier against, especially since fighting types are so good. And then Steel types, Pawniard wasn't drafted for some reason. I still can't believe it. But Pawniard, it gets rid of Pawniard with Fire Blast as well. It's such a good Pokemon. It's gonna be hard to stop you, Milk. We have Inkay. You say that now. I said that, Steve. Inkay stats are very poor, but it could meme with Acupressure. It has Trick Room. It has Topsy Turvy to maybe turn the tables on a Belly Drum user or something. And of course, Contrary Superpower always is a good thing. Could make up for its bad stats. Also gets knockoff, right? Nope, it gets Night Slash though. Oh no, it's a good knockoff. Never mind, I'm blind. Liquidation, I didn't know it gets that. It has some interesting coverage moves. Could be big. It maybe with the dual screen support, it could start doing some big things. But again, this is also compounding your bug weakness. You're lucky that bug isn't really that big of a typing. However, most fighting type Pokemon run U-turn, so that could ruin your day, Milk. But we'll see what happens. Skwovet. I have nothing to say about that. This is not Pokemon Unite, so this thing is not gonna be bulky forever. 70, 55, 35 is meh. 25 speed is bleh. It does get Belly Drum though. It's not gonna be able to use it though, probably. Super Fang is nice. Super Fang. Stuffed Cheeks to raise its defense by 2 stages. That's pretty cool. But you'd be forced to run Oranberry on it. Better than Nickit, yes. 100% better than Nickit. I still can't believe you picked Nickit. I'm glad you got rid of it. Bullet Seed is cool too. A good coverage move to use against rock types like Onyx and Rhyhorn. Break their sturdies as well. It's pretty cool. It could have a surprise use. I don't know. I can't really see what that would be, but maybe you can show me, no? And then finally, Goomy. Unfortunately, Goomy is probably one of the. I mean, 75 special defense, cool. What's it gonna do with this moveset? Thunderbolt's nice. It gets Draco Meteor, but it's just so slow and so frail. It's so cute though, but it's not gonna get really not gonna get much of a chance to shine. 50-55 offenses, so it can run physical instead maybe. It gets Curse to raise its defense, which could be big, but it doesn't really have a good move pool to abuse that with. It gets Outrage, it gets Rock Slide. I mean, you could do stuff with it, but it takes a lot of team support, which you do have, because you have 2 Pokemon that could do double screens, 3 actually. King Do Butt, oh my gosh, Buttspot, that's evil. You're out of times you just saw it. Fair enough. I mean, so overall, Milk, pretty solid team. Zubat is not going to be that useful though, so it's more like 11 Pokemon team we're looking at here. I don't know if you. I mean, I think I've said everything I had to. Baneri is probably better than Squilbit, but Squilbit does have a niche usage that you could probably bring in for if you're facing Pokemon people like Mops and stuff. Or me even. To an extent, I don't know. Yeah. Good team, Milk. We have Nova. Okay. Nova's team, immediately, the first 2 Pokemon are a pretty scary core. Mienfoo, Trapinch. I don't really think I need to explain about Mienfoo, or Mienfoo, however you want to pronounce it. Hits 17 speed, 85 attack is great. Gets Regenerator. High jump kick, U-turn, knockoff, fake out, or taunt. A really, really good lead. It could be anti-lead to counteract Onix and other stealth rockers, or spike setters. Except for Wimpod, doesn't beat Wimpod, but everybody else, yeah. Yeah, this thing is just amazing. They can also run a Choice Scarf set. Coverage-wise, it has all the coverage it needs with high jump kick, knockoff, and U-turn. But if you want, you can also run Rock Slide to get those flying types, or Poison Jab for the fairy types. It's pretty good. Like there's not really much to explain here. It's just a really, really amazing Pokemon. Has all the tools it needs to be annoying and amazing. Steve, it's funny because that's true. Oh, I'm sorry, Nova. I appreciate you. Thanks for hosting the draft league, but you are Nova. If you're lurking or something, you are the best at underutilizing your Pokemon, using them the incorrect way. But if you use Mienfoo the wrong way, or Mienfoo, if you use it the wrong way, I have no words. It's impossible to use this Pokemon the wrong way. There's literally 3 mandatory moves and then 1 move slot where you can have like an optional one. It's impossible to use incorrectly. So if you do, then I can't say anything to you. If Nova runs Specs Mienfoo, I would drop out of draft league. Probably. Don't clip that, because that's not true. I would not do that. That's a complete joke. But still. Okay, once Nova said that they were sniped when they wanted Diglett, I knew they were gonna get Trapinch, but I thought somebody was gonna take it because I didn't want Trapinch, because I always use Trapinch on my LC teams. I wanted to do something different this time. I was so sure as well that somebody else was gonna take it. But no, they let Nova take it, and I was quite disappointed in myself that I didn't block it. Honestly, Eviolite is not the set I would run. I would run Life Orb or a Choice Band. Earthquake, first impression, superpower, faint. It's pretty good. I mean, you have to trap, you have to trap things that, don't kill you. So more likely you're gonna U-turn. Like Meanfu could U-turn into something like Trapinch and then trap something, in very, very useful. Nova would never trade you this. No, I'm sorry. It's like, and you have Aron, and Aron is more fun. This is predictable. You could actually, like, you could work around this. But Aron's kind of fun. I would keep your Aron. Yeah, that's why I like to use her Trapinch as well, because it gets first impression. But yeah. Other options, it doesn't even mention Choice Band or Life Orb. That's really surprising to me. I would definitely consider that, because 100 attack is so good. Fun fact, Trapinch and Flygon have the same attack stat. 100, 100. And Vibara has a lower one. Venipede. Venipede as a tier 3 is kind of mediocre. Because it's just a one-trick pony. Spikes. Toxic Spikes. Actually, it doesn't even have Toxic Spikes on this moveset. Pin Missile. Protect Endeavor. It's... I mean... it's not that good. It does good against Mienfoo, but he has Mienfoo, or they have Mienfoo themselves, so they're not gonna be able to take advantage of that good matchup. So it's kind of useless. Trapinch D's, I'ma snuff you in your face, Delete. Get over here right now. You think all that hair on your face is gonna fall off once I snuff you, buddy? Oh dear. Venipede, one trick pony, bad stats, very easy to deal with. Especially if you have a poison type. I have a poison type. Milk has a poison type. Steve has a poison type. Interesting enough, PM doesn't have a PM has a poison type. Mops does. Chari does. Everybody has a poison type except for JLP. So this is gonna be kind of useless, on my opinion. And we have Defog, and then if I see this, thing with Nova is I have like a perfect counter to all of their leads. Meanfu, Trapinch, Venipede, Salandit, all of those are good lead Pokemon, and I have Wingull. It just kind of like crushes Nova in all departments. It's quite unfortunate. You're ready for the snuffing? I'm coming. Delete! Doom! Salandit, as I mentioned before, another poison type. Salandit actually has a really good offensive presence. Corrosion is good. Oblivious, so you can't get taunted. Will-O-Wisps could be a nice little emergency stop to because of its decent speed. I believe it's 18 or 17. Really nice. Gets Fire Blast. Gets Sludge Bomb. Or Sludge Wave. Both of them. Thunder Wave is also a niche move that it could use. Knockoff on the Switch could be nice to get rid of Eviolite. But limited move pool, but it still could do things. I would give Salandit a decent tier 3. Mime Jr., I was going to pick up Mime Jr., but then you look at its stats and then you're like, I don't know about it. 20, 45, 90 bulk. 60 speed is meh. 70 special attack is okay. This is one of the reasons I was kind of thinking about getting like I'll talk about my team later actually. Let's keep talking about this one. Great utility moves here. Trick Room, Trick, Thunder Wave, Thunderbolt. If they use this against me, they are going to have a very, very bad time, and I'm going to make sure their life is miserable. They get Taunt, Stored Power not going to be used because it's too frail. Nasty Plot is also too kind of frail. Light Screen Reflect could be a shmove. Healing Wish, when this is nice. Fake Out is nice. That's about it. Thoughts on Axew as a pick for you? I almost picked Axew as my final pick, but I changed up my strategy. Axew is a good mon. I can't really complain about it. Excuse me. Sorry, everybody. I'm glad you like my pick. I'm glad you like it. It was my Frogadiile. Oh my god. Excuse me, everybody. Yeah, I'm so grateful for Frogadiile for making that for me. I've been wanting a Jiggly Kong emote avatar for 10 years, and I finally got it. If you really want first impression that badly, Milk, go for it. But I like your dynamic right now, and I feel like I don't think that you should mess with it. But it's up to you. It's up to you. Yes, exactly. That's exactly how I felt, Milk. Bonsly, a discount Onyx. Very discount Onyx. Could also run Rockhead Head Smash though. No, it doesn't get Head Smash, never mind. Rock Smash Double Edge. Or Rockhead Double Head. Rockhead Double Edge. There we go. But yeah, very discount Onyx. Could run sturdy Stealth Rock. It's very slow. If someone runs a multi-hit move, it could probably die. Yeah. Also gets Explosion, which is nice. Yeah, not much more to say. Sandala and Bonsly are solid. Oh my gosh. Munna. Okay, Munna is actually quite a good tier 5 Pokemon. 76, 45, 55 bulk is really nice. Decent, good speed tier to run Trick Room. And a very decent amount of coverage as well. And can also run double screens. It's like your discount Spritzy, like a extra discount Spritzy. Yawn is nice as well. It's got Thunderwave. It's got some pretty nice options. Especially if you're a tier 5 mon, so good for Munna for being here. You meant to say Baneri? Ah, that makes more sense. I'm like, wait, you don't have Baneri? I mean, you don't have Bonsly. We got Shinx. Shinx is mediocre, unfortunately. 45, 34, 34 defenses. Even with Intimidate, it still gets KO'd quite easily. Yeah, not that good, unfortunately. Very slow, easy to pivot out of. Even if it runs Choice Scarf, it's not that well. Coverage moves are okay, but still not gonna do the trick, you know. Shinx is mediocre. Now, Cottony, I don't know why this is a tier 2. Cottony should be a tier 1. This thing is stupid. And when I say stupid, it's stupid. Speaking of Cottony, we got Absolution in the chat. Whimsicott, if you want to catch it up. Milk, get some Pokeballs. Okay, so first of all, this thing has Prankster with good defense stats. It gets knockoff to get rid of items. Dazzling Gleam for coverage. Encore and Memento. This is really good for as one of my my buddies Neo would say, this is really good for setting up in Pokemon. So The thing is with Nova doesn't really have like Nova kind of has a one-trick pony on their team. Memento Cottony with Shelder. Now I'll explain Shelder next, 'cause it's pretty obvious. Like, you're not gonna set up with Mean Fu. You're not gonna set up with Bondsley. You're not setting up with Mime Jr. or Muna. It has to only be Shelder. So Nova is like a one-trick pony with this Pokemon, which is quite a shame. Nova did not draft like the best for setup sweepers. So I was like, meh, could be better. Whimsicott Escaped, Sag. It's because I talk bad about Cottony. But yeah, it has Tailwind as well. It has Sunny Day. It's not going to use it. Nature Power Prankster is something that nobody ever uses. But it's a nice way to have a priority attack. You know? Because Nature Power is technically a SAS move, but it's an attack. It will be like default tri-attack. But it's going to be more like... I mean, it's not going to be good on this Pokemon because it's not that offensive, but it's just something to note. Keep in mind, people, if you see Nature Power and Nature Power and Prankster, don't be afraid to use it. Leech Seed, Encore, Charm, Cotton Guard. It's got some good utility. Milky Way Buttexy. Oh my god, that's incredible. Buttspot, you've overdone it. You've done yourself good this time. I missed it too, Milk. And then we were talking about Shelder. Let's show you the goods. So if you're looking for a setup sweeper, oh my god, we have Shell Smash Shelder. Try to say that very fast. Oh my gosh. Shell Smash Shelder. Shell Smash Shelder. Shell Smash Shelder. Okay, I did it. So Nova could use Cottony's Memento, then a free switch out into Shell Smash for this thing, and then Icicle Spear, Rock Blast, and Liquidation or Ice Shard. It's all the coverage it needs. The special defense really sucks, but it honestly, it honestly doesn't really care. There's not that many good. Nobody drafted Krogunk, which has the best special priority move, which is Vacuum Wave. So it doesn't even have to worry about that. Yeah, smooches. Of Stevios. And a very, very, very... Actually, no, it doesn't get spikes. Ah, that sucks. I was gonna say... If it did get spikes, a set I would have worked out for was a defensive teleport set. But it doesn't get spikes, unfortunately, for some reason. So, never mind about that. Fletchling, one of the kings of Gen 6 OU. After the Gale Wings nerf, it is not the same. Not much to say here. You could run Sash, you could run Berry Juice or something. Acrobatics to get priority while you have full health, but it doesn't work when you don't have full health. Dual Wing Beat is probably going to be used more to run, so you can run an item with it. You can't run Light Bar, or you're going to ruin your Gale Wings. Quick attack for priority. Steel Wing to hit rock types. U-turn for momentum. Will-O-Wisp to burn stuff. It's fallen far from grace, and of course Swords Dance, of course. It's fallen far from grace, but it still could be annoying to deal with. It has before. It does it all the time in other people's chats, but not in my chat. I'm waiting because I don't it's because I don't talk in my chat, that's why. Yeah, it's changed me to Butley Kong a lot in this chat. But in Winifred's chat, I get Jigglybutt a lot. JigButtCon, yes. Last but not least, Feel. Unfortunately for Nova, this was the word. I mean, I love Spiel. This is a terrible pick. Terrible pick. Why? Because of Shelter. Shelter does everything Spiel wants and does it better. Even if Spiel wants Belly Drum, it's outclassed. Gets Earthquake, cool. Gets Super Fang, cool. Gets Yawn, cool. But what is it gonna do? It can't really do anything with 40, 55 offenses. It's just outshined and unusable for the most part. Might Kip would have been better. Also, if you want another Water type, Might Kip would have been better. Even Popplio might have been better. That might be a little stretch. But yeah, Nova had better options for a tier 5 and they kind of dropped the ball here. So that's probably going to be not used at all. I'm considering Nova's team like 11-mon team as well. That's good. That's good to hear, Steve. And finally, it's my team. My team, this is one of the most oddest drafts ever. Because if you look at I only have one tier 1, one tier 2. I have 6 tier 3s, 1, 2, and all these 4 pre-agent picks all of them are tier 3s. Then 2 tier 4s and 2 tier 5s. But the 2 tier 5s I have previously been top tier LC mons in the past. And then tier 4 Oddish. Oddish is outclassed by, I mean, let me do an order. So Magnemite, Curse Neo, because Magnemite would have been my another tier 2 mon for me but flippin' Neo had to open his mouth and then Nova changed it to tier 1. Okay. Here's Magnemite. It might seem like a simple set. Volt Switch, Flash Cannon, Thunderbolt, Steel Beam. I'm not gonna run that. That's just not there. I could run it. 95 Special is nice. Choice Scarf. Alpha. It's 45 speed, but it reaches 15 speed. So after a Choice Scarf, that's 23. So very deceptive. And it has a good Volt Switch, it's good for momentum. And then of course we have the classic set, the Berry Juice Sturdy set, where you survive on 1 HP with Sturdy, Berry Juice your health back, recycle, get your Berry Juice again, and do it all over again. It's quite annoying to deal with. The only thing is, this is Gen 8. No more Hidden Power Fire to deal with stuff like Poniard or Ferocity. But both of those are undrafted, so who cares? Like, also gets Gravity. Since I've already revealed the Gravity juices, I'm gonna let y'all know this gets Gravity. So, yeah. You have Draft League Trauma from Magneton? Yeah, I mean, you should have. I mean, I think you could have won that still, but he just chose the wrong monster for that final battle. And you underestimated Magneton, which sucks, but it is what it is. Sorry, Milk. Yeah, Magnemite's self-explanatory, really good mon. I was debating between these two, Ponyta and Galarian Ponyta. I decided on Galarian because it's because I thought it was a Psychic Fairy type, but unfortunately it's just a Psychic type. So I might have dropped the ball on this. This was gonna be one of my premier Pokemon, but I think I messed up. But it was too late to change to deviate from my strategy. I wasn't gonna ditch Galarian Ponyta. So I would have actually ditched it run it back if Magnemite was tier 2 and I could have had regular Ponyta as tier 1, but again Nova, thanks to Neo, made my tier 1. So I got nerfed indirectly. Still though, this is really good stats. 50, 55, 65 for Eviolite to do wonders. And I can set up Calm Mind. That's the most premier set, and then Morning Sun for healing. I also could run a physical set if I wanted to. I have high horsepower off of my higher physical attack, Play Rough. For it's possible. It's not the best, but it's there. Wild Charge and Zen Headbutt. It's a possibility. Who knows what I'll do. Galarian Ponyta has bad abilities though. I mean, I guess at least it can't be poison. But Ponyta was tier 1 and Galarian was tier 2. I thought it was a steal, but then it wasn't really. I mean, it is. It's speed 19. It's really nice. So I can't complain too much. Yeah. Tell me about it, Milk. Tell me about it. I'm really mad about that. What can you do though? Alright, Wingull. One of Neo's most touted Pokemon. Why? Because it also hits speed 19. It has 55 special attack, which is like, really? 55 special attack with a 110 power stab Hurricane, and if you add a Life Orb to that, it actually does really big damage. Hurricane, Hurricane is Scald, or Surf actually. Whichever one I feel. Actually, it doesn't get Surf. So Hurricane is Scald. U-turn, and then Defog. Pretty standard. Like, I will tell you the moveset right now. You already know what's going to happen. Ice Beam as well as possible. Knock Off is possible. But it's pretty simple to look at. It's just, can you deal with the 19 speed? That's the question for the team it's not going to be facing. Imagine having fast mons. Couldn't be me. Oh no. Okay. In my opinion, I got the 2 of the best tier 3 Pokemon. This is one of them, Pancham. I can't believe this is tier 3. 67, 62, 48 defenses, 82 attack, gets Parting Shot, Iron Fist to boost its punching moves, which like Drain Punch, so it recovers more health. Or I could run Mold Breaker, Scrappy. All these abilities are good. I just had to fine tune it to my matchup. Yeah, pretty good Pokemon. Can also be a late game sweeper with Swords Dance if I wanted to. Depends on what I want to do, really. Also gets Bulldoze, Dual Chop. Probably not gonna run Dual Chop. Fire Punch for never mind. No Fire Punch. I don't want to run that. Iron Head. Rock Tomb. Thunder Punch. Shell Bell Drain Punch. What do you mean, fan? No way. Shell Bell Drain Punch. No, thank you. I'm gonna throw if I do that. I'll be throwing so hard. Alright. And then I got Discount Fungus. Since Chlorophyll is banned, Discount Fungus is here. 45, 55, 65 is not bad, especially with Eviolite. But here we got Charm. We got Giga Drain. We have where is it at? Strength Sap. That could be this could be a difference maker that sets Fungus apart, or Aldrich apart from Fungus. Or I could also meme run Swords Dance, but I don't think I'll do that. And then Tickle. And Sleep Powder, of course. Discount Fungus, tier 4, not bad at all. A fighting type switch in. This is the biggest reason I have this on the team, because my team does not like fighting types a lot. This is good for Mienfoo. This is good for a lot of things. So, thank you, Oddish, for existing. Do it for the memes in week 2 against Milk? Okay, I'll think about it. True that, Milk, true that. Marie, been chatting on your Pokemon, catch it up? Ooh, I don't have it. Okay. Not much more to say about Oddish. Okay. I wanted regular Darumaka, but it got sniped from me. So, I had to settle for Galarian. So, the difference between Galarian and regular Darumaka is very, very negligible. It's just a typing. Ice type versus fire. It gets the same, it even gets the fire moves. So, and it also gets Stone Edge. No, it gets Rock Slide. And U-Turn. So it still has, it's really good for tier 4 Pokemon. Regular Darumaka is obviously better, but this is still usable. And for tier 4 Pokemon, I'm quite happy with it. Yeah. Not much more to say. I already talked about Darumaka earlier. When you get to my tier 5s, I'm quite happy with these tier 5 Pokemon. Good defensive Pokemon in Rhyhorn. 80-95 physical defense. It's outclassed a lot by Onix and stuff like Tier 2 and stuff, but there's only one Onix, there's only one Tier 2 I mean, Grookey might be roaming around all over the place. There's only one Grookey. This thing is going to be good. Remember, I famously ran Rhyhorn in a draft league, in a doubles VGC draft league, and I was able to kill 3 Pokemon in one matchup with it. Rhyhorn could do things when equipped with the right strategies. It's also good for anti-trick room as well. It could it could be one of those slow mons. It has really good coverage. Earthquake is of course the biggest one, along with Mega Horn to hit grass types. And then Stone Edge Rock Blast probably will be used more just so I could get rid of Focus Blast, and then the way that Rock Blast works is going to be doing more damage. Special Darumaka. Oh, milk. And then Superpower. Smart. It's got a lot of good coverage moves. We'll see what I decide to do with this thing. I'm definitely going to be using it. This is a tier, maybe a tier 5. And just like this other tier, I have another tier 5 that I'm going to be using a lot of, and it's Remoraid. Remoraid has been a staple on all of my LC teams since Generation 5. Stats may look kind of like meh. Its move pool though, Bullet Seed, Fire Blast, Gunk Shot, Hydro Pump, Octazooka, Psybeam, and Psychic, Seed Bombs, and Water Spout. And Ice Beam. Now look at that moveset and tell me that's not a broken tier 5 Pokemon. How is this thing in tier 5? I have no idea. I am quite happy to see it in tier 5 because it's one of my favorites. I've used this thing so much over the years. Hustle is risky, but it's worth it to get the little attack boost. It's a good Pokemon. It's a really good Pokemon. Rigged. So I'm quite happy with both my tier 5s. I feel like very valuable. And now we get to the other tier 3s I picked. I picked 4 other tier 3s. And the best one of them all, I feel like this is a very underrated Pokemon. Lickitung. 90, 75, 75 defenses. 55, 60 offenses. And it actually has a moveset I'm like for LC, which is I didn't expect to see, but it's like a Wish Passer, a really good Wish Passer that will do good stuff once me and Food's gone. But let's look away from that. Let's look at its move pool: Aqua Tail, Belly Drum, Blizzard, Brick Break, Bulldoze, Counter and Curse, Tree Meter. Wow. Dragon Tail to get rid of setup sweepers. This is like my best way to combat Shelter. Earthquake, Fire Blast, Hammer Arm, Heal Bell, Iron Tail. We already talked about knockoff. Power Whip, Stomping Tantrum not submission. Terrain Pulse. Oh my gosh. Imagine me using Terrain Pulse against PM. And then Zen Headbutt and Thunder Punch. Nah, Nova did not put Remoraid in tier 5 for me. Nova wanted Remoraid themselves, so they are the ones who they should have. That's their fault, not my fault. Welcome back from the ad, by the way. Lickitung, really good for a tier 3 Pokemon. Zora is my next one. So a Still Rig, but it backfired. Okay. Zora, I needed a Dark type, and once PM took Meowth Alola, I decided to take Zora. Really good offenses, decent speed tier. This is the thing, the Illusion. Illusion is what is gonna make this thing useful, because you're gonna think you see something and it's really not. And it has a good move pool as well. A Night Daze or the Dark Pulse. We could run flippin' Burning Jealousy. And we could use U-Turn for or Trick. Or we can even run a Swords Dance set if we or Sludge Bomb for fairies. We could run a few different things with Zora. It's pretty cool. And Memento, of course. For maybe I could do a Setup Sweeper, which I do have. Yo, Butt Spot, let's go. Butt fired. Butt Spot, yes. Alright, Steve says Shelmet sucks. And I agree, Shelmet is probably the first Pokemon I would switch out if I decide to switch Pokemon out for transactions. But Shelmet also is my ticket to, if I want to run Hazards, I have it. You know me and Hazards, I'm rarely run Hazards, but I might do it this time. I have a good team to do it, and this thing is a good switch-in for fighting types in case Oddish is gone. That is its main role. 50, 85, 65 is so good for bulk. I will take it. It's like, it doesn't really have a good offensive presence, but that's not what it's there for. It has Recover. It has Recovery. It has Toxic Spikes and regular spikes. It has Yawn. It has a decent support move pool. That's why I picked it. Isn't this the Asar Restaller? Yes, you can do that. You could do that as well, but why do that when you can run Recover to the rest? Last but not least, Bagon. I wanted a Dragon type sweeper, and Bagon fits the bill. It gets Dragon Dance, and I could run Outrage. I could run not Earthquake. What's it called? Flippin' Zen Headbutt. It also has Sheer Force, so Zen Headbutt's power gets increased. Outrage if I wanted to flippin' Fire Fang, or even Fire Blast for coverage. If I was feeling really nutty and feel like I could run Sheer Force Dragon Rush, but who knows? Who knows what I'll do? This is like, Bagon's just there for the culture. It's not really gonna be, and I don't expect it to be that good of a mon, but it's just there because I want it. Yeah, because Shelmet it sheds its armor and gives it to Carablast. So Shelmet becomes Excelgor, it becomes fast. That's why it has Recover. Escavalier with Recover would be kind of broken. I would not like to face that. But yeah, everybody, that is the end of our draft. Introduction or review. We are now going to do power rankings. These are the 8 teams. We went over all of them, and I have to say, this is going to be really close. Like, there's a clear 8th place, JLP, but everybody else is really close. And these battles are going to be really tight. It depends on how well do you understand LC, and how well do you understand your team. So 8th place is JLP. I have a hard time picking 7th place. Like 7th through 2nd is pretty hard to choose. So 8th and 1st are easy. 8th is JLP, 1st is PM. But what about the rest of everybody else? Okay, so I will go first of all. Let's find the Poke people who have 11 Pokemon more like instead of like 12. We have Nova has 11 useful Pokemon. 10 actually. Nova has 10 useful Pokemon. Milk, you're at 11. Steve is at 11.5, I'd say. Chari, 10, maybe 9. And Mops is at 11. Okay. I will put Chari as 7th place. I'll put Nova as 6th place. Even though they have me and Fu and Trapinch as the top 2 core, that could be good enough to win all the games, but still. Overall, it's 6th place as a team. Cottony and Shelter could be good, but overall, if you get stop the big strategies, Nova's team is gonna fall apart. So Nova is 6th. I'll put Milk in 5th. I just think Milk has a really good, especially if Milk decides to get rid of Zubat. If Milk, you still have time to get rid of Zubat and choose something else. But Milk, I think you're still a 5th place even with Zubat. Steve, what's going on? Are you okay? Steve, do you need a moment? Milk, no. I will give Mops 4th place. And just because I feel like I have 12 useful Pokemon, I'll put Steve in 3rd place. I'll put myself in 2nd place. And I'll give PM 1st place. You just had a moment? Fair enough. Steve, would you like to give your own opinion? PM is first and nobody's surprised. Yep. Milk or Steve, if you want to do your own power rankings and share with me real quick before I end stream, let me know. You think it'll be wildly inaccurate, but that's fine. You know, it's just for fun. That's just a repost of mine. This man's still alive. No way. Oh, he's about to leave. Let me see if Froggo's still alive. Froggo, are you still alive? Froggo is still alive. That might be our raid target today. Probably raiding Froggo. We'll see. Gosh darn it, Milk. Gosh darn it, Milk. That sounded like a recording, a re-recording. It sounded like I did it, like I went back in time and played it again. That was actually kind of cool. Right now, I'm gonna put them in the Gen 3 or drown them. What? I can't believe it. I did 3 hours and 20 minutes of talking again. I was trying to be very, very quick and do 2 hours so I could continue the flippin' Nuzlocke for Fire Red. Or not Nuzlocke, the solo Arbok challenge. But I decided to yap my entire mouth off all night long. I will say though, depending on how the next couple hours go, I might come back online later tonight and do some more Arbok. We'll see. I'm not gonna promise it, but it could happen. Don't be surprised if it does. Bet. Butter resist. Oh my gosh, butt spot is going on. Oh my god, butt spot. You're incredible. Never change, butt spot. Never change. Who else is live? Sorry, y'all. I'm gonna just quickly search back here. Hustle's live. Andy's live. I rated Andy last week, and I rated Secure yesterday. And Motokong is live. But I'd rather rate Motokong when I'm playing Donkey Kong Country. So it could be like Donkey Kong Country into a Donkey Kong Country speedrunner. Would be kind of appropriate. I think we're rating Fargo. My Sash doesn't show up, huh? Weird. I'll look at my better TTV and try to fix that for you next time, Milk. No, butt spot, let's go. Milk, this is why I missed you all this time. Where have you been? All my chat. Where have you been? All my chat. You've activated butt spot to its full potential. Yo, Steve! Get a move on these power rankings, my dude. We've had like 3 hours to I know, I'm sorry. I'm trying not to. I'm sorry for rushing you, but I gotta go. I gotta go like right now. Or if you want, you know what, you could just, I mean, it doesn't have to be on stream. You could do it off stream later and post it in Discord if you want. It's up to you. Ah, dang. That's a good one. I mean, you got a point there. But sweet. Oh no. Oh my god. Butt spot go off. Real quick, I'll put in the chat the raid message. Don't mind me just rolling on through. Don't forget, for when you raid from my channel, you are 100% allowed to put any emotes from any channel you want to customize the raid message and make it your own. You don't have to put my emotes. Just put anybody's emotes. Make it, just customize it. Make it a fun time. You put Nova in 7th as Milk 6th, Mops 5th, me 4th, Steve 3rd, Chari 2nd. That's interesting. Alright, don't worry. Sorry for rushing you, Steve. You could change it up or explain once you get onto Nova's Discord. But for everybody, for now, have a good rest of your night. I may be back, like I said earlier, I may be back in a couple hours or less with some more solo Arbok challenge. So, without further ado, Let me start the raid. Can't believe you're leaving us. What do you mean, Doom? I'll come back when you're tucked in bed, okay? I promise. You'll be sleeping and I'll be live again. How about that? I'll be sleeping, I hope. Good luck. Well, everybody, if I do not come back tonight with the solo Arbok challenge later, I will be back tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. So, Friday the 30th. I'll probably be a later stream. Probably because I plan to go to the park tomorrow. I'll try to, I will try to either do, what should I do? What should I do tomorrow? I don't know. Maybe Donkey Kong Country. We'll start Donkey Kong Country maybe tomorrow. Or actually I want to stay for New Year. So let's, maybe another Arbok challenge. Maybe more Arbok. Or, I'll do something. I'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. We'll see you tomorrow, everybody. Till then.